Go. Boop. Whoa.
That's
And
a quick
Kren
25 seconds.
and the Krendar is out of sync. It's one of those days we're starting off with. Welcome back to Bearded Ramblings. I am a head in a box. I am joined by two other heads in the
You always have
box,
been.
and
I've
always
met him
will
in
be.
person. He's a head in the box in real life.
Pretty much. My wheels need
I've got,
redoing.
I've got a box now. Cool.
We all have boxes. The real
Nice.
question is, can we leave them? Why? Why would we leave
The
them?
real question is, can you see them?
Um.
Think about it.
Is my
Well-
box real?
Well, I am very happy to stay in a box if it means that it's a little warmer, because right now it is fucking cold. I've got my gloves on. And
Wait a minute. Are you telling me it's cold in February?
cold in February in Ireland? There's rain outside.
crazy person.
Shocking, I know. We've had some silly billy weather since the start of the year, but it hasn't kept me down despite everything else as well. To that end, how about some corporate shilling? Down below, you will find the like, share, and subscribing abilities, as are links to our guests and Krendar. We have a stream goal and given, greatly appreciated. And the best part of all, you'll make me happy if you follow me on Blue Sky or follow me on Twitch. That's cool too.
Me too. Those same two things, please.
Yeah, absolutely. And Red Eye works as a trooper. He's always
That
uploading
reminds me.
shit.
I don't know if I've updated my link tree to have my blue sky. I gotta do that.
And with that said, gentlemen, how are you? Red, let's start with you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm not bad. I'm staying out of trouble. But it is only 8 o'clock in the morning, so I shouldn't be bragging about that. I guess technically,
Plenty of
because I've
trouble left to find still for the day.
The folly
it'll
of
come knocking.
hubris. The folly of hubris.
I usually get it home delivered by about 11 o'clock. And then the day's just goes pear shaped. But hey, that's reality. Living in Australia and having fun. I did get bitten by a wolf spider last week. That was fun.
Nice.
nice.
Australia.
Yeah, it's just like random. Here's the thing, like I'm a bit of a extreme adventurous when it comes to just going outside. It's a thing in Australia. We like walking around in bare feet because we're idiots apparently, and so I'll go out and stand on grass and doing stuff, and then all of a sudden I feel like a little, and it got me right in that soft bit of the arch of your foot, so it wasn't on the hard callous bit of the bottom of my foot where I
nice.
wouldn't have felt it. It was on the soft bit where all those nerve endings are like, oh, I can still fit, and it went doink, and stuck its little fangs and it went hello, and I went, oh, you little shit, and I didn't kill it though. I let it live. I went, that was just you. I did stand on you. I apologise. Point taken. I'll look where I'm walking next time. But yeah, wolf spiders don't really hurt you. I'll be fine. Maybe.
I was. Is it like?
And we never saw him again.
Yeah.
I'm currently hooked up to like 50 machines right now. There's a bunch of people running around pumping me full of saline and anti venom. But I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just another day here in beautiful Australia.
Look, when I
It is
looked
pretty
now,
normal.
I was a bit worried it was going to be something other than what it was. And when I went, oh, it's a wolf spider, and I did sort of maybe walk inside and quickly Google, oh, how venomous are wolf spiders? And Google sort of went, nah, you'll be fine as long as you're not really old or sick. And I'm like, well, I'm getting old and I'm not that healthy, but nah, I'll be fine.
Two things. Number one, you would have known the effects by now, right?
Yeah, I actually did feel it. Funny thing about these things, I've been bitten by a St. Andrew's cross spider, same deal. The bite site gets a little itchy, and I'm not sure if it's psychosomatic or not, but you sort of get a little bit, and I've talked to a friend that got bitten by a redback spider, and he experienced a more a heightened version of what I experienced, which is you just feel a bit hot and sweaty for a few minutes, and it's like, your body just goes, not enough of a dose, fuck it, you'll be fine. But yeah, you know when
fine.
you get hit by something and you start coming down with it because you don't feel good.
The other
I
thing.
like to
Go on. No, go on. Finish.
I like to I like to imagine how a lot of Western countries have the thing where there's fluoride in the water supply. I'd
Yeah,
like to imagine Australia pumps anti venom into the tap water.
that would be very useful.
Well,
The other
any
thing
any venom.
is,
Sorry, I just
yeah,
got to touch on this real quick. Any venom, the way they make it is a very convoluted, fucked up process involving, I do believe, rabbits, and they do. But yeah, the way that it's made is actually really, really interesting. If you want to look into that one day, but I had no idea they made venom by using rabbits and plasma and all of this shit and centrifuges and all of this. It's a
Damn.
multi-tier process. It's crazy. Yeah. Thanks, rabbits. You help
um,
us. Rabbits save people.
rabbits are
Yay.
also rabbits are also fluffy. It's like when I found out about the horseshoe crab thing. But the
Ah,
thing I
yeah.
want to bring up is just Australians are so informed about their world around them. I mean, you have to be, right? It's like a survival thing. It would be you'd be all killed off if you weren't aware that, oh, this spider is different from this spider, and as a result, like, it's totally fine. Like, you guys will just immediately spot a spider and go, oh, that one's fine. That one's fine. That one will fucking kill you. That one's fine. That one's fine. And like, it's the most common knowledge in the world. It's kind of impressive because most of us don't tend. I don't know what this. If you saw that footage I made of the spider in the tub from like last year, I don't know. It was like a house spider or something, maybe. But I had no idea what it was. It could have been like an obscure, never before seen variant of something or other.
Yeah.
But you would just see
I
like,
have no idea.
yeah, like
Yeah.
so it's just I've always noticed that Australians like you've got to learn about this shit early on if you're gonna live in your
Well,
country.
y- you think that would be true for them. It probably is true for the majority of it, but I have witnessed the following. And let me tell you this story real quick. I used to live out in a place which is very rural, and you get lots of fucking snakes and big pythons and stuff. And one day I'm driving along my road, and there is like it's got to be 8 foot long, and it's slowly making its way across the road. So I just stop my car and get out and look at it. And the people coming the other way stop their car and get out because we, appreciating this fucking huge snake just that's had a big feed and it's slowly making its way across the road. And it's early in the morning, so it's not moving that quick. And some dude comes up behind my car and gets out and says, "What the fucking hold up?" And I went, "Snake on the road, mate, calm down." And I'm not kidding. This dude walks up and he says, "What type of snake isn't it?" And I didn't get to answer him. And the motherfucker went and grabbed it by the tail. Now, because it's a big snake, it can whip around and get back to its own tail. And this dude nearly got
Mhm.
bit. And
Oh
I
yeah,
just
you
went, "Hey,
gotta, you gotta
dude,
grab him by
hey,
the you gotta grab him right behind the head if you can do shit like that,
well, no, you leave him,
right?
leave him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
No,
Or
I
you
mean,
just leave
I'm
him
just
the
saying
fuck alone.
if you have to pick up a snake for some
Yeah,
reason, don't do it by
yeah.
the tail end.
Well, you can't if you've got a snake handling stick, you can get the hook and then put that up near their neck and then
That'd be
slowly
better,
pick
yeah.
up, not by the tip of their tail, and support the weight so it's not hurting them. But this dude's just grabbed it and yoinked it, and it's whipped straight around and Lee got him. And I've turned to him and said, "Dude, did you actually just grab that snake before I gave you the answer to what type it was?" I said, "Do you know what type of snake that is?" And he went, "No." I said, "You are so fucking lucky that that's a python and not a fucking king brown snake, did you? Because if that was a king brown snake and it tagged you, you'd be dead before the ambulance got here because you'd have such a massive fucking dose of venom in you, you fucking moron." And everyone else is just looking at this guy like there's a group of about 6 of us, and we've all just collectively gone, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a dead set fucking idiot. You didn't know what type of snake that was, and you grabbed it. You fucking idiot." And I can tell you right now,
And you
that's
grabbed
how.
it as wrong as you possibly can as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. And this has happened to another bloke. There was a bloke, and he lived down the street from us when he was a kid. Really healthy, used to jog miles. One day, a snake was in his garden. He fucking grabbed it by the tail. It turned around and went whack whack. And he
Hmm.
went, okay, I'm going to jog down to the ambulance station, which is about 4 kilometers. This dude was so healthy, he got down there, and then he fell over and died. So he's
Jesus.
running along, and the venom's just pumping through. And instead of staying perfectly still, wrapping the limb up, he jogs about 4 kilometers. This just floods it through his system. But he was so goddamn healthy, he actually got to the ambulance station and went, "Oh, bitten by a snake," and died.
Oh,
It's
lesson
just
is,
like,
All right.
kids, never jog.
Yeah, don't go jogging. Stay inside and never come to Australia. No, here's the golden rule: don't fucking touch it. That's the golden rule. Don't try and kill it. Don't touch it. If it's in your house, call a snake handler because they know how to deal with this shit. And snakes can get rather ornery when they feel cornered or threatened. So just don't. And if it's brown, just leave it the fuck alone. If it's a python and you know what you're doing, okay, it still could bite you and it's still going to hurt. You've seen Johnny Knoxville get bitten by those big pythons. That's basically what we've got. Or you've got king brown snakes, which can bite you and kill you, and they're born straight out of the egg with enough venom to kill an adult human. Then there's fierce snakes and taipans and death adders and tiger snakes and what else have we got? Red belly blacks, yellow belly blacks. They're venomous, but they won't kill you.
And I can't believe all these negative stereotypes people have about Australia, saying it's dangerous. Come on.
Then you got all the spiders. That's when.
Okay, we'd be here all day. We will have you back on to
right.
have just a Red Describes Australia Day. You know, like, we missed Australia Day. Oh, sorry about that.
The golden rule with snakes: don't fucking pick them up. Leave them the fuck alone. You'll be fine.
All right.
Watch where you
Spiders
walk.
too. Just leave nature alone.
Yeah,
Eat
Nate.
them. You deep fry them. Delicious.
Damn nature, you scary. Now, let's start with this one, just because it's 10 minutes on, and it's Cornish, and I did not know you could get Cornish pasties out in Phoenix, which is just showing how beautiful. No, well, yeah, because you were part of the Commonwealth. You got Cornish people wandering about.
They're delicious, by the way.
They
They're
are
legit
indeed.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Stop eating the Cornish people.
No, that's the only thing they're good for anymore. You just see a giant bite of me. No, I suddenly want to be more Irish again.
Keep them fat and
delicious. Yeah.
How is it that
I do love Cornwall though. Beautiful place.
Took it to one of those Grand Theft Auto style chop shops and had it painted because last week's performance was absolutely criminal. No, I'm only joking. Just swapped it.
The city that should not exist.
After last week's episode, a phoenix, of course, being a mythical winged beast which arises from the ashes of its own corpse.
Thanks for
Corpse.
explaining the thing that everybody knows.
He talks like a Nigel and Marmalade character sometimes. What's the problem? Face.
Nigel Marmalade.
Oh, God. I love them so much.
There is the place. Sonson's Pasty Company. Dinar.
Oh, God.
I think that might be Cornish dialect, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's a legit bakery in America.
Look,
Son.
look at that traditional Cornish decor.
Good, thanks. I'm here to do your giant pasty.
Oh, but they do have the Cornish flag as the actual table. I like that. That's 1+ for them.
I like how the Cornish people are like, holy shit, a guy with a British accent just came in.
Funny.
Look at that display tray.
A wall of fame.
Look at that.
Oh,
Fucking sausage roll, mate. Holy fucking shit.
Take and bake. You can take some shit at home. But imagine this in the scorching hot weather of Phoenix, though. That would not be appealing. You'd have to take it off.
Also, quick. I'll eat a sausage roll in hell. Come on.
Also, quick question. What's Count Dankula doing in there?
He's being dank.
Yeah.
Bet his armpits are in this weather.
Of fame here with some of the winners.
See, I like this one because I know somebody named Raina.
First people, me and my buddy from England did America versus England, and
Yeah.
we both couldn't finish it. But I know you got this.
So it was a tie. America versus England was a tie. All right, cool. We got it.
Wait, I need to have a look at those
Sun
prices. Let's have a look at those prices.
America versus England was a tie. All right, cool. We got it.
10, let's see. Onion, cheese, cheesesteak. Cheesesteak. You don't go to a pasty place for a cheesesteak.
They Americanized it. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. You know what? I'm not seeing leek anywhere.
I don't know how I feel about this now. It's a fusion of
Yeah.
American and
Well,
no, I don't know.
You don't see leek anywhere because there's no ducks.
nah. But they have rutabaga. Rutabaga pasty. Okay. Crazier shit's happen. They got a really nice one in Temple Bar that you pass by. Green chili. Wow, that would set Wales on fire. Just one of those would set Wales on fire. Pie pasty,
Hold on.
carrot.
Hot sauce on a partner.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't. Yeah. What America? We need to talk. We need to talk about.
There's
I'm like,
fusion
no,
and then
America.
there's fusion. Okay, like some
Yeah.
things should not be.
Although here's a question though: you complained about them having cheesesteaks, but it's under the pasties menu, so maybe it's just a cheesesteak style pasty.
Maybe, but which would not
Like,
be
that's
the
just, like,
most.
It has those particular things in it, kind of.
Yeah. Does that say carrot and pear? Pear.
Maybe.
There's
No,
some
peas. Carrot
peas.
and peas.
Okay.
See, that's all right.
That's
Oh,
much,
yeah. Oh,
much
it's
more
ready
logical.
already. All right.
Carrot and peas are a natural combination.
You know what?
Yeah,
it
that's the
could
thing
work.
about
I need to
pasties,
try
if
one
you don't let
before I
them cool,
condemn it or
True.
It can be like eating pure napalm. Wait a second. Did you say you get a mug?
Sun's
That
mug.
might even be better than a t-shirt, you know. A mug.
He must have thousands of t-shirts at this point, so anything different would probably be nice.
We've got a little guide to Cornish dialect here.
I was taught Cornish
Ooh.
very briefly. Been doing.
Right on, okay.
Been doing. All finished. Been doing. To me, the most important thing is just, all right, my lovelies. If they sound like hobbits, then you're in Cornwall, because that also works for Somerset and Devon as well. That's sort of
proper job. That is.
you are.
I like
I'll
it.
have some cider.
I like rough as rats and tea on Izza.
Uh,
I probably should know some of this because my granny's actually Cornish. Look at
ooh,
this.
that could be distantly
Not the
related
first
to this
bearded
dude.
man to try the giant Cornish pasty,
It's
seemingly.
you, Lev.
So these
What can I say? The diet's been going great. I almost didn't recognize myself there.
are the regular size pasties, and this is the giant.
Ooh.
Was it like £5?
It looks like a loaf of bread.
That's just a calzone.
£5-ish.
£5-ish.
Yeah, that's right.
Cornish calzone.
You can eat a lot, you like, okay.
All right, there's a bit of beard meets food tax on this one. I get it. Fortunately, I'm hungry.
There you go.
I realised, by the way,
All right,
you
so
might be able to tell.
go back to that and let's have a look at the comparison between the two, because I can tell you why. Why is America so fucking fat? Well, here's the reason. See that? You see that? The rest of the world eats the small one. America, you eat the fucking big one. There's the fucking problem.
I love how
Calorie intake,
you're-
baby.
I love how you're yelling about eating things that are too big in calorie intake while we're watching a guy who's known for eating challenges. It's this guy's entire thing.
Like
It's true though.
as a bona fide fat, even if I am about to lose my fat license if I keep up this amazing deal I'm on, I have to tell you the magic of getting fat is that you eat more of the calories than you need. So portion is kind of a big deal. Americans like big portions, and their stomachs get very big. Then they demand bigger portions, or else they feel hungry. That's not necessary. You only need so many calories per day, and if not, your stomach gets smaller. So their portion
here's the
sizes
thing.
doom themselves.
Yeah, and here's the thing: you get used to eating those smaller portion sizes, and your stomach stops demanding more because it gets smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Big pot to throw it in, small pot to throw it in. It's nature. It takes care of itself.
This is true because I've been a very skinny boy my entire life, but I'm 52 now. I've just discovered that over the last few months I may have been eating a little bit more than I used to, and I've been noticing that I have been waking up fucking ravenously hungry, and I can eat not one sausage roll now, but 2 sausage rolls. And guess what? I've started noticing I'm still a little bit hungry after the second one. Now, so guess who's going to go on to portion control this fucking week before he
Yeah.
turns into Mr. Middle-aged
Yeah,
spread? This guy.
I was actually I was actually skinny all the way up until I was around 30 or so. And that's when I started getting a
Nothing.
little bigger, both because of slower metabolism and because just desk job all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's 1,000 things to put it down to, but at the end of the day, it is just, for most people, there are some people who literally have glandular problems or have denser bones and shit like that. But for most people on the planet, it is just calorie intake. And the less calories you have per day, and also the type of calorie helps too. I mean, like, if you want to have something sugary, well, you need something sugary in your body every day. Try fruit instead of carbonated drinks. But for me, my biggest problem, bread. Basically all Italian food, like pastas, bread, cheese, all the sauces to go with it. It's glorious. I love it. And I still treat myself to it once in a while, but I don't have it every day because eventually your body will crave more of it and more of it. And at the end of the day, you'll be cooking for 2, 3, 5, 8. And
You
you
can have a cheat day once in a while as long as it's
You
a
need
rare
it
treat
for
and not a
sanity.
regular.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I have mine once a week, and even then I try to make it special. I try to make it a very high quality meal or just something unique. Like tomorrow, I'm actually going to go up to the chipper. I haven't had a bag of chips in God knows how long. To me now, it is a treat. Where once upon a time, it was as simple. It was as simple as going in there and spending 40 quid, which is enough to feed like 3 or 4 people. Now I'm just getting a bag of chips like a normal person, like you're
Get a
supposed
chip
to.
burger, mate. You ever
Oh,
had a
I
chip
do.
burger?
Of
You just-
course. We probably invented the
Good
damn
lad.
things. Or yo,
Fuck, they're good.
chip butty. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to
You love
this.
the chip buddy is great. You know what these carbohydrates need?
More carbohydrates. Yeah, and it's all about that texture, and it's all about that vinegar. Oh,
More
once the
sauce,
vinegar,
add
once
more
These
sauce.
vinegar.
there's something these potatoes are missing. I think it's bread.
Starch. I hear you like starch. You should get more starch. You know, it's starch all the way down.
By the way, you might be able to
And they
tell
say a
I'm getting
Westerner,
this zit
there's no white
in
culture.
between my my eyes. So I do know it's there. You can feel free to not comment about it. Although equally, comment if you like.
He
Oh,
does
here it
keep
comes.
himself in decent nick, though. I've seen him with his shirt off. He trains like 9 days out of 10.
I don't know. You're gonna squeeze in.
You have to.
Yeah,
A full jug
he
of
gets
gravy
his
as well.
he gets his carbs in.
You're an orphan, are you gonna
I mean, not letting me discuss some exercise, just carrying that calzone over here.
That's a Colb's level of gravy right there. Oh my god.
Pasty
That was a
Company,
fucking
which
football.
is they actually have 2 stores. One in
That's bigger. That's bigger than a football.
It looks like a little child from a peasant family. It should be strapped to the back of a woman.
and the other one in Gilbert. And I'm taking on the giant pasty challenge, which so far only 4 people have done. You get 1 hour to eat a £5 Cornish pasty. What's in a Cornish pasty? Could you tell the viewers at home?
Potato, onion, rutabaga, loads of meat, salt, pepper.
Rutabaga. What do we call those in England?
Sweet.
There you go.
Turnips, but they're not.
What? Where's my leek and all that? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Welsh version. It's the same thing. It gives you the same flavor at the end of the day. And I always prefer mine to only be more zested. Sometimes you get huge chunks of it that fuck up the texture of it you bite. Let's say you get a beef one and you bite down to it. It's nothing but all that savory, meaty goodness. Then this... And you're like, ugh, God, no, pass.
Right,
How much does it cost?
$50.
$50, but if you do it inside, in 1 hour, it's free.
1
And you get a
hour?
mug.
That's it?
As long as they last.
Yeah? How hot do you think it's going to be? Can I test how hot it is?
You might want to put your finger in the middle. But I am not.
Demonetized.
Choice of phrase. It's warm, but it's pretty warm, but I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about that, to tell you the truth.
3, 2, 1, go!
I'm going to open it up first of all.
Cross section that bad boy.
Yeah. Start with the edges.
Let that steam out.
Ooh, that's peppery. I mean,
It's like,
really, you should eat
yeah.
a pasta with your hands.
Yeah.
That good
Indeed you
lad.
should, old
I
boy,
was about to
indeed
go
you
and
should.
smack him in the head for
By
using
the way,
a
I
knife
appreciate
and
there is
fork.
a
At the most, you use the knife to cut it up into easily grabbable bits. That's pushing it, but that could be acceptable. No, you just take clumps out of the damn thing and you shove it into your maw.
certain farcical poetry in a British guy eating British food 5,000 miles away from Britain. But if anything,
In Phoenix.
home advantage, right?
Like, that just
This
blows
isn't
my
about
mind.
etiquette.
Yeah.
It's not about etiquette. It's about fucking feeding the beast.
God damn.
That dead.
It looks like a bit of, it looks like a bloomer, like the bloomer loves.
It looks good. I've got to admit, it looks. He's having fun.
It's nice and packed. Have you ever had those
should've
cheap
waited.
Cornish pasties that are like hollow inside almost?
Yeah.
They've only put the tiniest amount of ingredients on it.
Oh, this one's air flavored. I
This
don't
thing,
like air
uh,
flavoured
I mean, I say that
pasties.
all
This thing looks like at least 6 meals.
Mm,
It's
it will be. It will be so filling. He's gonna hate the sun. Yeah.
the time. I've been doing this 10 years, and I never really learned.
Yeah, pretty much a running gag now. A bit like Trigger calling Rodney Dave in Only Fools and Horses.
Good and go.
I think
Right,
perhaps
Dave.
a spoon would have been a better choice than a fork. Do you have a spoon?
Spoon and big as the best.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank
Dead set.
you. Some of the gravy.
You
Let's
know what?
drink
It's
it
fine,
direct.
man. I'm gonna allow it.
Yeah.
Chug it. Chug it.
Right.
Thick too. Nothing worse than watery gravy.
True.
Yeah, don't know. Watery underwear? The gravy was of adequate viscosity, that's what I'm saying.
He's putting a dent in it.
Yeah, you got an hour to finish this thing. It's insane.
Was that you telling me to slow
I could
down?
do that. I might be setting myself up for disaster, but I could.
Fucking hell.
Oh, he's a
Yeah, give it
beast.
to her. That was a good one.
He is.
In case you missed it, you get
Are
1
you
hour to finish
kidding?
the
He is
sucker.
annihilating
Why is
this
this a
thing.
grand total of 50 American
Holy
dollars?
shit!
What do you reckon? That's about halfway.
I mean, he can't slack off now. He's got to keep up his technique, you know?
Dude's got
You're right, I'm
game.
getting old now.
If by game
Oh.
you mean indigestion, yes.
Yeah.
I should have taken the lid off this. Like,
I think after every one of these, he goes back, sometimes with his missus or his sister, depending on who's with him, and then he just goes back to his hotel room. And I can imagine she goes downstairs to the bar, and he just fumigates his hotel room for like hours, defragging his internal system as his body
Probably.
just. Because some of the meals he's had over the years, my God.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, pasty fans the world over will tell you, these things retain heat like a wealthy pensioner.
Kiev's are worse.
Pasty.
Pasties. Oh, Grandar, it's your
What are you
people.
doing
up
in
Estonia?
Phoenix?
Globalization.
Invasion.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
You have to send me that.
Scout out that sausage roll shop in Phoenix. We need supplies.
Miraculous that I'm still single.
Oh, so many rations here.
Oh man.
10 minutes
This is
in, and
outrageous.
he has annihilated that fucking thing. No way.
Yep.
Am I right in saying that when the pasty was originally invented, they invented it so people could take it down a mine? So it's kind of like a
Someone needs
ready-made
to tell
meal.
LA Beast
You don't have to
about
put it in a
this.
box.
So, he did. Him and I have one crossover, and I tried to do the totally fried challenge in Dublin, and I recorded it and I posted it up, and I failed. You got, I think, 45 minutes or an hour to eat the whole thing, and this thing is a massive amount of fries and sauce and meat and all that stuff, and it was glorious, but I couldn't finish it. He went and he did it in about 20 minutes. Like, he is on a completely different level to the average consumer of food. And I've yet to see him fail. No, I'll take it back. He failed something but like years ago. And I think his esophagus now is just numb, and he can just swallow that stuff indefinitely. He's like a duck. Probably doesn't even need to
Like the
chew.
Japanese hot dog
pastry.
dude. He can
Yeah.
basically go, inhale the fucking thing. It's like, hey, what? Did he chew?
Is the box.
No. Oh, fuck.
And a good pastry should be able to sustain a rather large fall down a mine shaft.
Yeah, pretty much.
I heard that somewhere.
I know I like to eat my dinner with dirt all
Alright,
over
the
it.
mineshaft part I may have improvised, but the general idea was right. In fact, I think the
Pasties
crypt
the best,
part was
throwing them
originally
down a
much
mine shaft,
larger,
mate.
allowing miners to hold the pastry easily while
Tenderize them a little bit, eh?
mining. was
It's like
complete.
dwarf bread
Apparently
from
they would then
Discworld.
discard
You can
that
use that
part
as a
without
weapon.
eating it, in case it was covered in arsenic.
That's as dangerous as I'm gonna get.
Otherwise known as a stale baguette.
There's stale and then there's stale.
And in the interest of making these people buy lots of food, yes. No, it's really good. It's really good. And I'm English, so you have to believe me. Right? This is that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know if Anglo-American relations are at their strongest right now. Not that
No
that
fucking
matters, since this guy
way.
is clearly Canadian.
American
Highly
and
Canadian, in fact.
anybody's.
Anyway, back to winning ways this week. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I'll catch you at the next one.
Insanity.
The very next day, they changed the policy to half an hour instead of an hour.
He'd still win by the looks of it.
Oh, he'd still win, but just for other average people.
They're gonna have to change that rule.
Scraping. plate.
Look, there's
Fucking
yesterday's
clean.
pasty. That's a nice touch.
Literally.
It's kind of hard to do that with a pasty since it is so flaky.
Yeah.
Well, you're the boss, so you can tell me if it's clean enough, I guess.
That-
Is the debris looking
That's
okay?
legendary effort.
Yeah? Alright, this has been Mixed Food, and that was Sonson's Giant Cornish Pasty Challenge.
Under 20 minutes. Bullshit.
There you go.
Enjoy the sausage rolls.
No.
Hey, he's not officially
That was
done until he
lovely.
finishes all
That
that
was really
gravy.
Oh, thank you very much.
That-
Normally I would ask, do you have a dessert
That
menu? But I
was
can see one there.
insane.
Can I get a little slice of apple pie?
Or cherry.
Let's take that again. Could I have some cherry pie, please? Ooh, I get the cup now.
Let's see the mug.
What, nobody buys a Sonson's cup?
I don't know why, but you're gonna like it.
I'll use it.
You're gonna like it.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's premium.
It is.
Where's the
It's
handle?
a really nice one.
The little
Nothing wasn't big enough. I need dessert now.
He's
Fucking
so,
guy.
it's so small.
Oh, it's deep.
I know, right?
Don't tempt me. I've got a little bit of a thing about being fed by people. It's been a
Oh, is that
lonely
why
year.
you're single?
Oh. Is that why he ended up doing these food challenges?
Do what you love, mate.
Yeah.
And he gets the best of both worlds. All right, respect as always to the man.
So, point of curiosity for you guys. I don't know if you've been seeing some of this whining going on online. Are either of you guys D&D players at all?
Nope.
No.
I like the lore, but I only care
There's
about the lore.
been a whole thing of the grognards whining about the changes to orcs lately.
Oh, I saw
Oh
that.
my god, they're getting rid of orcs. Like the orcs aren't orcs anymore. Bring back orcs, and guess
They're
who's
Latino.
joined in on that?
So Sorgon of a cod.
He actually put out a video about it.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
watched it, but he has.
How long is
Called The
it?
Death of the Orc. I don't know. It's the most recent one, I think.
All
Death of the
right.
Orc.
Just
Sargon.
just a quick question. So, when you're a D&D player, I know Landon is.
There have
Landon's
been
got the
some,
original
frankly-
OG D&D stuff. You can just still play the old version of D&D, can't you? You don't have to go and play the new version.
mean,
you can
that's,
just go,
That's what a lot of the grognards are about. They've been whining about how much they love Thaco, and they're complaining that people don't like Thaco, and everybody should play second edition instead of fifth or whatever this new thing is. I don't think they're calling it sixth, but whatever. Yeah, they love their second edition for some reason. As somebody who started D&D during second edition and played second edition for years before anything else came along, I can assure you, second edition sucks ass.
What was
I played
the
it-
what
I
was
played it
the
because it's the only thing we had.
What was the rule set for Planescape Torment? Was that
Second
like
edition.
that was second edition? Okay, yeah, no, that sucked ass because apparently they did a very good job of
Same as
transferring it. Neverwinter?
same as Baldr. No, no, that was third.
Okay.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were also second edition.
Oh, well, I didn't hate Baldur's Gate 2's rule set, but I never really played too much of it. I did not. Oh, Icewind Dale was also 2 then, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay, I
They're all the
did
same
not like
engine,
that.
in fact, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. I'm confused why you'd complain about that one and not the other one. They're the same thing.
I maybe it was just the set out of it. The rules set put me off, and I suppose in the case of
Yeah,
Planescape,
it was
that
the same
fucking
one.
font. Oh my god. But
Same rule
yeah.
set for all of them, but yeah.
I actually knew
Uh,
about this though, what Sargon's saying, because of AJ Pickett made a response to it where he broke down
Mhm.
every single orc faction that isn't like the standard me hit you with club sort of orc. To show that orcs can be anything you fucking want them to be, because it's D&D, and D&D is
Yeah.
whatever you want it to be.
Now this obviously 22 minutes is long. We'll just skip around, I guess.
Yeah, okay. I'll also
Preposterous
speed them up a
recent
bit.
developments
Just
in
a
the
bit.
world of Dungeons and
I don't
Dragons
think I could stand
are
him for 22
revealing
minutes.
even for people who are not interested in this geeky hobby. You are probably aware that D&D
yeah,
is
I
a
am.
tabletop role-playing game where a group of friends use a rule set to
Thank
explore
you,
a fantasy
Sargon.
world originally based loosely on Tolkien. D&D inherited the classic
Not for a
conception of
long
fantasy
time
humans,
now.
elves, and dwarves from Lord of the Rings, as well as their
Mhm.
traditional enemy, the orc. Tolkien's orcs were intrinsically evil, and that is how Dungeons and
No,
Dragons
they weren't,
Hold on.
dumbass.
Well, they were made to be that way, but that's because they were a manufactured race.
No, it's more than that. Tolkien changed his mind over the years and said that he was wrong to assume that orcs weren't inherently evil, because nothing is inherently evil in the setting, not even Morgoth. They can all be redeemed.
Hmm.
Every one of them will be
Now here-
redeemed at the end of it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But before the redeem thing, but just checking my own Lord of the Rings lore because I'm not a huge scholar of the thing. Aren't the orcs basically the bad guys kidnap elves and physically corrupt them into orcs or something?
He retconned it a few times, but the general consensus is yeah, they're corrupted. That line Sauron says, where orcs are corrupted elves made by Morgoth. But he's also changed it to be, instead of being made in the tunnels and like the weird pod things out of the mud, they have queens, so they're made through sex. Another ones is that you become
You mean they have
orc.
queens in the sense of like ant queens and bees?
Kinda. And another one is during the Scouring of the Shire, you had things called half orc men, who were these they or known as the ruffians, and they were becoming orc-like, implying that it's something that you can eventually become if you get corrupted enough. Tolkien was pretty loose about it, but he eventually consisted that like they can be redeemed and they're not evil.
On that point, kudos to Lord of the Rings Online, the MMO. They actually have like a lot of the deep lore stuff in there that the movie didn't do, such as some of the enemies you fight are half orcs.
Yeah, Sauron takes over the Shire and buys it out first, and I'm actually kind of okay. They never put that in the movie because it was a bit of a weirdly smaller tonal shift, but they could have put it maybe at some point in the third film, but not at the end of the third film. They could have put it maybe at the start of the third film, but then they'd have had to change up the whole attacking the Black Gate and all that shit. And I'd never want to get rid of the Battle of Pelennor Fields. The death scream was just brilliant. Anyway, back to this. Boop.
also represented them. Traditionally, they were chaotic evil, the worst and most unpredictably savage of the alignments. Though they had what we call sapience, they were congenitally violent, delighted by plunder and rape.
We should actually do a bingo to see let's see how many times you can get to saying orc when he really means black person. You know, like yeah, because he's just, let's see the connections.
By the way, you remember how he used to talk about how he used to be an atheist, or back in the day he would say, "Oh, I'm a classical liberal. I'm an atheist."
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just openly like yelling at people for making fun of God and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
he's becoming more and more Bible thumping.
Well, of course
What?
he is,
Wait,
but it has
what?
nothing to do with the God.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Mm.
Same with Jordan
What?
Peterson.
Wait,
Hold on.
well,
Yeah. What? What's up, Red?
Sargon is going around yelling at atheists now. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding?
And I know what?
No, not at all.
I know why
What the
too.
fucking
It has nothing to do with
fuck?
religion, as in like a spiritual sense of self. It's entirely
Oh,
cultural. They call themselves culturally
oh.
Christian because Christians equate to West. Jordan Peterson logic 101.
What?
All these grifters do this, with the exception of Nick Fuentes, who is a 100% Catholic. And like he's not even like the Pope. He wants the Pope to be reformed into a more medieval idea of it. It's bullshit.
I just saw this post he made today, which is he's got this meme of the guy setting up dominoes, like from smaller domino to larger. Not
Mm.
really dominoes per se, but sort of like the things fall over and knock over other things that get it bigger and bigger. And it's a small one is companies keep putting woke stuff in video games, and the big one is the total collapse of the global liberal order. And so he says, "You could have just left us alone, but now we're going to continue until people scoff at the idea of liberalism the same way you guys scoff at the idea of God."
Mm-hmm. It's the
What a
grift.
crap.
It's the
That was
grift.
today.
Even TJ's, the last thing I ever saw of TJ was that, like, when he was talking about the decline of online atheism, he said that people like Sargon don't have a moral center other than themselves. He'll follow whatever he thinks will keep him relevant, but Sargon is yesterday's news no matter how many times he shifts himself.
Oh,
He does,
he's in his Brett Keane phase now.
basically just a more successful Brett Keane, yeah. Like,
Mhm.
and what did Brett Keane do? Brett Keane was an atheist who became a like it's bullshit all
Mhm.
the way down. They'll reinvent themselves however they think will work because they don't care. They want to be seen as the big person on top of the apple cart, screaming at the top of their lungs and having people listening to them. When in reality, you shouldn't be making an ego. It should be about like the message, and the message should be don't be Sargon. That should be the message.
Yeah. By the way,
And in every
I've
case,
just been reading this guy's stats here, and I'm rather impressed that first level warrior, where did he get such nice armor for first level? First level player characters can't have that.
an irredeemable brute. As it was in Lord of the Rings, it became in Dungeons and Dragons. The heroes slay orcs in a copious and morally uncomplicated fashion
Slay Queen.
because they are orcs. Slaying orcs is, in fact, part of what makes the heroes heroic. Nobody thought too much about this for a long time, but in recent years, very woke people took control of the Dungeons and Dragons franchise and were
Woke triple bracket.
saddled with the moral quandary
Yeah.
of the orc. The woke progressive is what philosopher Michael Oakeshott would call a rationalist, which he describes
Seen here abusing his wife in his mind.
as thus. The rationalist stands for independence of mind on all occasions, for thought free from obligation to any authority save the authority of reason. His circumstances in the modern world have made him contentious. He is the enemy of authority, of prejudice, of the merely traditional, customary, or habitual. His mental attitude is at once skeptical and optimistic. Skeptical because there is no opinion, no habit, no belief, nothing so firmly rooted or so widely held that he hesitates to question it and to judge it by what he calls his reason.
By the way, we're
Oh.
getting a wee bit of feedback from you there, Lev. We're hearing your speakers.
Oh, okay. I'll lower down
Just a teeny bit.
I'll lower the desktop down, and I'll also make sure that nothing else here. I just want to say though, what he's describing there is literally the creed from Assassin's Creed. Everything is permitted. It's this level of like bargain basement bullshit philosophy. Like, dude, you're not some great thinker. You're Carl Benjamin.
He loves to act like he is, though. Holy shit.
He has, and you know what else? He's talked to real philosophers. He's talked to like really intelligent people over the years, but he's never learned from them other than a vague mannerism. I think Jeff Holiday put it best. All the idiots fell prey to this fucker because of his voice. It sounds It sounds
He
smart.
sounds very smart. He sounds very smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. But he does a good job of faking it.
Yep.
At least until you listen to the words he's saying.
Increasingly,
And
fewer and fewer people care about.
I think he got a lot of attention too with that the court case that he had with that lady hitting his video for fair use, and Sargon won. That really sort of got him up in people interested in that, and then instead of capitalizing on that and doing good stuff, and he just went full tilt into politics and just fell off a cliff. And here he is now talking about orcs.
Yep. Let's move on a little bit further into the windbag.
Rule that all reasonable minds would consent to follow. For example, thou shalt not steal is indeed a rule that all could agree with. Even the thief knows he ought not to steal and would not wish to be stolen from. What makes the thief bad
But he
is
doesn't
that he
give a
knows
fuck.
what he has done is wrong, and yet has done it anyway.
Yeah,
Woke
there you
morality
go.
Is fundamentally predicated on the following 3 propositions.
Woke morality. Yeah, you get a bunch of far left people in a room, and let's see how well they agree on anything, let alone a morality system. Okay, like it'll range for everything from people just showing pictures of their cats to screaming about don't clap your hands, it'll trigger some of us. You know, like it's a spectrum, but you don't like that word spectrum, do you there, Soigon?
1. The consciousness is
Which is
self-determining.
funny because he's far on the
2.
spectrum in some way.
He is he I know he's not, but he gives me strong autistic energy. Like
I don't know why you're so sure he's not.
I think he has been checked. He definitely appeals to them.
All intelligent
Lord,
creatures
and that's not a complete rip because I would have fallen prey to this had I only gotten into the internet now.
that live near them. They are constantly warring with, or preparing to war with, other humanoids, including other orc tribes. They can ally with other
think this
humanoids
might
for
be
a
from
time,
3rd
but quickly
edition.
rebel if not commanded by orcs. Their deities teach them that all other beings are inferior, and that all worldly goods rightfully belong to the orcs, having been stolen by others.
Yeah, that sounds
Orc
familiar, doesn't it,
spellcasters are
Sargon?
ambitious, and rivalries between them and warrior leaders sometimes tear a tribe apart. Orc society is patriarchal. Females are prized possessions at best and chattel at worst. Male orcs pride
I'm surprised you could say this without panting heavily, like, the women are controlled by the men. Like, buddy, come on.
I love how he doesn't realize that he's just reading a mirror of his own life here.
There shouldn't be like the orc society, it should just be a switch of his mask.
Is this why he's defending the orcs? Because he feels personally attacked?
Yes, because it's Conan logic. It's very masculine, you know, like masculine energy. Orcs are at the core of
Right.
it, which you have to admit. Traditional orc idea is big, strong, but you know, orcs are whatever you want to be because they're not real. None of this is real. It's a bit of fun.
I know, right?
Well, he wouldn't know what that
And he's
word is.
And he's complaining about how, like, oh, we get to be the good guys because we kill the inherently bad guys. Well, guess what? You don't need orcs specifically to be that thing. There's plenty of D&D baddies out there.
Or he
you
can have
use.
orcs as bad guys. If he wants to have his orcs as like basically a 40k orc horde, or Warhammer Fantasy orc horde would be better, then do. There's some great stories to have there. They can be foils or they can just be the main baddie. It's okay. You can have the rule set you want to. It's all right, sweetie.
It's called house ruling.
Yeah.
You have a dungeon master. You set up your own rule set. Why are they so fucking upset because the whatever edition has come out and said a certain thing? It's like, yeah, you know what humans like doing most of the time? They like to take and then build and strip down and fuck around and just to suit their own fucking needs, which is what you can do in this game. But yeah, we're gonna, instead of playing D&D with some of his friends, he produced this fucking video, and it's like, why?
You know what? I just realized something.
Why?
He'd get angry. He'd be one of those kids who'd get angry at their friends doing something different with the Lego set rather than making it exactly to the picture on the box. No, it's meant to be a pirate ship. I made a spacecraft. Whee! It's also a house. I want to hang out Well, I don't want to hang out with either of the kids, but if I was a kid at the time, I would have wanted to hang out with the kid who was making the flying spaceship house that's also a windmill. You know, because for starters, that's really creative. Second of all, this other guy's he's a bit of a dork.
themselves on the number of females they own and male children that they
Oh,
sire, as well as their
oh.
battle prowess, wealth, and amount of territory. They wear their battle scars proudly and ritually scar themselves to mark significant achievements and turning points in their lives. The chief
Yeah, we
orc
know what
deity
orcs
is
are.
Ganush, a one-eyed god who tolerates no sign of peaceability amongst his people.
By the
It's
way, I
fairly
posted a
easy to see
picture
why I
of
would-
what everybody's whining about. The new orcs, the classic picture that everybody's complaining about. Well,
Yeah.
the new version of orcs.
I've seen this.
They're so angry about it. It's bizarre. It's like I thought that was a pretty cool looking picture of
All right.
like
So
southwestern, like I don't know, the border
Mex-
between like
Mexico.
and Mexico, maybe.
Yeah.
Like
so they're evolving
it's such
the
a cool
orc
looking
faction.
picture.
The orcs are evolving in
Yeah.
game, and they're trying to flesh them out more and
Yeah.
make them
I don't know
more
if
than
you
just
can.
like.
I-
I'm looking at the picture.
Yeah.
And that's
Wait,
what
I don't know if
these
you can
guys
toss
are
it
all
up for the
like.
viewers.
I will. Just give me a second. I'm trying to. There we are.
Yeah, go on, Red.
Seriously?
Like, look at
It's
this.
just like-
It's pretty
all right,
cool.
so the characters, the faction of orcs is being evolved in game lore, and they're fleshing them out and giving them more depth, right? Well, it's
Yeah.
not like they're removing them, or you can still have these. You can have the orc faction, but you can have your orcs as orcs that just like going around yeeharing on people's villages and smashing and grabbing and basically being Vikings or whatever the fuck you want them to be.
Yeah.
You could make your orcs be ultra nice, going around helping people, doing nice things
Yeah,
to
like-
people.
And that's in
It's almost
canon
like,
too.
It's almost like they're people.
Yeah.
No, not the Sargon. They have to be stereotypes. Every orc has to be this dumb, club wielding idiot who can't even sew.
Well,
You know?
go play 40k because they're right there going wow and fucking having a great time. Like those orcs are great. These orcs could be great. Who gives a shit if you?
You
if
could
wanna
have
use the old
both.
orcs, yeah, you could just have your orc clan be old school and just go around yeeharing and being angry if you
Ooh,
want. They don't
that's
have to
actually a
go
great
around being
idea.
farmers and tattlers.
That's a great idea for a game. How about you're playing as a group of modern orcs that happen to run across a group of traditional orcs and they have to get along? There you go. There's a bit of conflict. They're stuck together and they have to get out of a situation. And from there on, boom, you've got yourself a topic for discussion. Maybe these ones are sick and tired of like the humans and other races treating them like dirt and they return to tradition, or maybe the opposite. Maybe they do a Star Trek thing where they show them that it doesn't have to be like this, that there's a better way. Or maybe they just go off and do their own shit. Because they're not real, they can be whatever the fuck you want them to be.
So I like how in this image they've got like this strong falconing tradition in their tribe, apparently, in their village, whatever it is. This like I can't believe that the Grognards are looking at this picture and getting, oh my god, they ruined orcs. Are you kidding? This looks cool as fuck.
That one at the far right in the giant hat looks orcish as shit. Look at him. He's a fucking duder, just being hardcore for himself.
They're all orcish shit except for maybe like a couple of the kids.
And if you don't like the new stuff, just
don't do it.
Like fucking regurgitator songs. I like your old stuff better than your new stuff. Well, go and use the old stuff and have your game with the old stuff, and you don't have to worry about this new shit.
Do what the rest of us did when 4th edition came out and play 3rd edition.
Yeah, or like gamers did when Mass Effect Andromeda came out. Just pretend it never happened and say, yeah, Mass Effect.
True.
1, 2, 3, great game. Hey?
Yep.
Yeah. See what we did there, Sargon? We just ignored something. Oh,
Cases
no.
valid. If the orc not only won't stop trying to kill us, but also cannot be reasoned with, nor
a very interesting choice of picture right here, because in Sargon's mind, this is what Arabs are doing to Western society right now.
Yeah,
this is Europe.
Also, up until now, like apparently one of the changes they're making it so that the player character orc is a full orc, whereas in third edition and 5th edition, the player character orc was a half orc, and here we have a picture of a half orc about to be created.
Yeah. And you can even have it. I actually checked this up a few days ago. Like, is only like are half orcs only ever created via good old fashioned grape in the middle of war? And most of them are,
Originally.
but some of them are genuine through love. And you can have a story about an orc who finds love. I've seen enough. I've read enough Japanese literature to know it can happen in both ways. Like it's whatever you want it to be. They have like fish people and the what are the names of the in the mechanicum the mechanicus the clockwork people in the on the planes. They're like the you know like the when you die you got like the different planes of where you go after your death. The
Oh, you're talking about Planescape. Why did you
yes,
say Mechanicus?
because one of the planes of order is called it, like the really
Okay,
order one.
okay, yeah. No, I know what you mean now. It's just that you made me think you were asking me about 40K.
40K. Yeah.
Yeah, me
No.
too. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
where the fuck is this in 40k? Like, I'm no 40k
Oh,
megahead, but I've been watching a lot of lore, and I'm like,
Um,
this
oh,
is in
that would be
40k.
great. That would be some dope. That would be some dope shit. If give a mech boy a chance and he'll wear
Mo-
like a cog boy outfit.
Well, and just to
I think it's
touch on how,
Modrons. They're
Modrons,
called
thank you.
Modrons.
Yeah.
yeah, but you can turn this thing in anything. Like, there's this really good 40k story where there are a fucking orc war boss and some commissar work together to take down some fucking target, and and as soon as their common enemy is vanquished, the orcs instantly betray the humans, and the human goes, "I was about to do it to you anyway," and they have a good laugh about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, look, okay, so Sargon doesn't like these. Just play the old ones and move on. You've made a 20-minute video about something you didn't have to make the video like.
Now I'm now I'm waiting for Sargon to put out a video extolling the glory of Thaco. Fucking morons.
He's I think as time goes on,
Liches. Oh,
um,
I'm
like
curious to see what he's going to say about liches.
okay,
Oh, the
Rules of
phylactery.
Sphinx
It's
have
the
been abolished
phylactery
to
thing.
create a
Okay.
gender-neutral version,
Let's go.
and the orc has been removed from the monster manual and reworked into a playable race to avoid accusation.
you can play as kobolds. You're not complaining about the kobolds. Like
Yeah,
and
I just remembered what the change about liches are that people are complaining about. Real quick, anybody who doesn't know what a lich is, it's basically an undead wizard. And if you defeat them, they've got like this thing called a phylactery, which is like an urn or a pendant or something that houses their soul. So if you destroy their body, they can reform themselves later. So you have to destroy the phylactery to kill them for good. And I guess I don't know what the origin of that word is, but I guess it has something to do with Jewish culture in some way, or at least people think it does. So they've renamed it to like spirit jar or something instead, because they think
racism.
the word
The
phylactery
Norks are apparently just
bad.
Mexicans.
I don't know.
They've been given the same treatment as all of the other races, so now they have too been
Yes,
harmonized
orcs are
into a
inherently
universal
Mexican
humanoid
because
type,
of one
which has no
picture.
yeah, even before
Wait,
all
wait.
this, there was like tribes that could be anything you want, but now no, they're all gonna wear giant sombreros and eat like tacos. That's what orcs are gonna be from here on out, just
Well,
taco eating.
the orcs that live in a desert dress similarly to Mexicans who live in a desert. What a shock!
What if they were?
Instead of oh, hold on.
Yep.
So instead of yelling out something like, "Whoa," they go, "Hey, gringo, give me all of your stuff." It's like, what? What? You're an
Who
orc?
wants to
Yeah,
make an
cool, give me your
anchor
stuff.
baby, huh?
no essential contradictions with any of the others. The differences between
Orc
them
backs.
are arbitrary and aesthetic. They are now just like any other humanoid race. They live,
Hex of
work,
orcs,
love,
oh,
and raise
fucking
children
hell.
in precisely the same way, and so we get precisely the same outcome. They're just like us, and so they're no longer monsters.
And is that so terrifying that someone that you once perceived as different turns out to be not all that different? Does that make it feel a little too close to home there? How's Brexit doing for you there, Sweet Pea?
Problem of homogenizing the orc and reducing him to a
That
near
worked
human
out great.
type is that there is no longer a conflict of moral visions, and therefore
What?
they are no longer even really orcs. In every compelling story, there are competing visions of how the world ought to be. These are drawn from situated
Ought to
perspectives
be.
and from
stories. Look how much we've altered Tolkien's original work. If Tolkien saw what the fandom does with Frodo and Sam, he would declare like a crusade because he was a hardcore Catholic. Who cares what the original vision is? It's art v artist. The second that stuff is put pen to paper and out there, boom, it's everyone's cup of tea. They can do whatever they want with it. It doesn't
Also,
affect copyright.
I feel like a lot of the old, like these old highly revered authors created stories that are honestly handled way better now than they were originally. Like just take a look at Lovecraft's work.
Mm.
I would argue that modern interpretations of Lovecraft are way better than the original writings.
Or
Yeah,
Conan.
Brian Lumley.
And Lord of the Rings.
The
Huh? Sorry,
Lovecraft
go-
stuff. Brian
Yeah.
Lumley has done stuff based on Lovecraft's worlds, with Cthulhu, and fucking epic fucking reads. Epic reads. And Brian Lumley also does Vampire World, and I do believe Morgan Freeman's production company picked up the rights to that shit. Keep an eye out for a movie called The Necroscope or Vampire World,
Mm.
because those books, there's a series of like 15 books, fucking epic shit. But yeah, Brian Lumley has done stuff using Lovecraft's world and Cthulhu, and fucking magnificent book. It was truly terrifying.
All
So
right.
you're absolutely right. People can take that universe and then add to it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for something right now. Oh, where
Doesn't
is?
always work out though. Doctor Who, Star Wars. So
No, of course
you can
not.
experiment, and sometimes things go pear shaped, and you just go back to what works.
Oh, look at this
In that
guy.
case.
Yep.
What the shit?
This is what I wanted to open up with, but then you blindsided us with Sargon, which is fine. I'm always down for dunking on Sargon.
Well, no, you opened it with something else yourself. With the food
True,
challenge guy.
true, but yeah, that's fair. I should have opened up.
What am I seeing? Am I seeing a ninja just flying through the air to sidekick that like those people
No,
about to be kicked
he's
by a
climbing
flying
around
ninja?
on
What's going on?
He's climbing across this power cable for some reason.
What the shit?
Hey, children,
Leave the truck.
make sure you take care of your parents. As long as you can. Make sure you spend time.
Something going on with
with
him.
them.
Whee!
I'm gonna get butt
What is
naked
this
now.
motherfucker doing?
I'm gonna get butt naked now.
Oh, he's about to hurt himself, isn't he?
He's on a power line. I don't see how he could avoid it.
Well, he's only on
Following
one,
reports
so
of a
that's
robbery and multiple thefts on
did you see that
Saturday, March
line?
23rd.
Oh yeah, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it, and don't worry, you don't get to see much, or else I wouldn't be able to show it. But
2024, police in Vancouver,
you know what
Washington
I'm doing
locate their
after the
suspect
show.
on the roof of a nearby
Vancouver,
restaurant,
Washington.
where his bizarre and
Motherfucker, leave
increasingly
our city
reckless
alone.
behavior reaches new
No.
heights.
Stop
Things take
stealing
a
our
shocking
names.
turn, however, when the suspect's attempts to evade the police leave him dangling dangerously from a telephone pole.
dangling dangerously.
So it's
The
telephone
following
pole.
report
He's
is
fine.
based on official police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Just after 5 p.m., an officer with the
now.
Vancouver Police Department responds to reports of a robbery and
Vancouver Police
assault at a nearby restaurant. When he arrives, he meets with the victim, Shayla, and her
In a
sister, Dana,
world.
the restaurant's owner, to get a description of the suspect.
In a world gone mad. Yeah, I just got there
they
before you.
We should hire this guy to do the in a world guy voice.
In a world gone mad.
What did this guy look like?
He was African American, I think, light skin, a black puffer jacket, bald,
man.
no toothless.
So
Okay.
the homeless guy comes in, says,
Tightrope
I need to
walker
borrow
from
phone.
the
Jumps over the
circus.
counter, says, I need a phone. The police are after me.
The drone provides a visual on the suspect, who would later
bad
be
one.
identified as 47-year-old
shit,
Ramondo
drone
Everett
deployed.
Stanley.
Oh, no.
As the officer attempts to get a closer
I
look,
like how he just
Ramondo's
floats
behavior
his
takes a
watermark
destructive
around
turn.
so he doesn't
I
get
can't
copyright.
It's just like an old. It's like an old. It's like an old screensaver. Will I ever
Yeah.
reach the corner?
I have the same need for mine. I can only speculate.
it's missed
I need
it again.
I need to do a field show. Yes, Sam 14. He's got like a piece of the electrical wire, and he's just breaking windows on that building that's on the what is it, the east side.
Okay, we'll skip to when he's out in the street.
I know I'm big bomb. And I'll blow the whole food. Now, it's a pretty big building. So do as I say, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
You know, it's windy and I'm having a real hard time hearing you.
That guy.
Yeah. Please don't pull on that. So that wood is going to break and you're going to fall.
With a suspect who
Oop.
Who's potentially under the influence.
I like the
leaving him
murals.
safely before he hurts himself or someone
Potentially
else.
under the influence.
Another unit.
This guy's not high as fuck right now.
He is in a different dimension.
This just should be an advertisement for meth.
I'll bring it back.
And all right, hurry up though, because I need to pee.
I need you on the main street side. That's another entrance. You can get into another set of buildings.
Thankfully, an employee is able to provide the keys to a vacant building next door to the restaurant. Officers prepare to breach through an upstairs window, but they have no idea the risks Ramondo is willing to take to evade capture.
I'm fine with
We do though, because you spoiled it at the start of it.
So I'll be shielded and talking.
Sky poops.
I'm gonna go hands on him.
I want to pop in my ball. What's it? Don't worry about it. Get my ball, please.
Yep, I think he's hanging on the wires. Let's go. Let's go. Move up. So be careful. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Hey, man. We don't want to do this. Come on, dude.
Jesus Christ. Like, you always hear about people who've taken so much drugs that they act like fucking insane. But that's the worst thing I could imagine I'd ever do would be something like running around the car park outside the front there naked or some shit like that. Something embarrassing, but not like climbing buildings and shit.
People do the dumbest shit when they think it's all over. Like, the people are just dumb. I'll just put it out there. I've seen, like, some lady was getting arrested. She got arrested for something fairly fucking minor. She slips her cups, jumps in the cop car, and high speed pursuit.
I think I've seen that.
She ends up going off the road and losing control of the vehicle and spearing across into oncoming traffic and having a head on with someone. She takes the forever sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And the two people trapped in the car are not in a good way. And it was over something that she might have done a few months over. She's now gone, and two people have got lifelong memories and of a traumatic experience where some crazy meth head jumped in a police car and went. It's just, I don't know.
You're gonna fall here.
And you see this sort of behaviour time and time again. So my guess is he's probably got a warrant for something pretty fucking serious, or he's on some really good quality, pure.
Well,
imported from Mexico.
I didn't want to spoil, but yeah, like it's literally in the title. He's a meth head, or is it crack? I don't remember. I can't remember.
I don't want no blanket. You're gonna fall, man. I want you to fall.
This is more likely drug.
It's drug. He's on drug.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or perhaps all of them.
Bird chirping.
Yeah.
Nice that they put that subtitle in.
Like some gentle music playing in the background. Do 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 do.
Why don't you come down? We can talk, man. Come on.
Will the bird still chirp while he poops? Or even the bird be shocked and go, what are you doing?
If we back up, will you come back over here?
Hold down the fort.
He's just trying to blend in with the birds.
Yeah.
He's hanging from a wire and pooping.
Just listen, policeman, I'm too busy being a stuntman to talk to your ass. I'm out of here. See ya.
I don't know if he's going to make it across.
I'm impressed he didn't get electrocuted on the end of that wire there.
Ramondo perilously hangs 20 feet over solid asphalt.
So
A fall from this height could be fatal, but as one firefighter explains, a fall isn't the only danger he faces.
Which one's the hot one?
Yeah.
The one that's hot up one's hot. He's on
Because they're
cable.
insulated phone lines, he's fine. Unless they break.
I don't know. I don't know if the insulation goes all the way to the very tip of them, though. You know.
Yeah, but once you touch an insulated bit, you're fine. They're pretty well
To ensure
insulated from
Ramondo's
weather and
safety,
stuff.
officers think of a way to break his fall.
To make them weather resistant. That makes sense.
True.
It's just a guess. Because these things are pretty robust. That's why it's taken.
Oh no, the wolf head's gonna bite that cop. No.
I obviously
Didn't you have to pee?
I just did. That's why I didn't pause when Red was talking.
So you take care
He's
of your
pooping.
pants, as long as you can. Make sure you spend time. Something going on. I think it's
That's his belt.
The pooping subtitle wasn't about the guy on the wire. It was about Lev.
Hey, can you get on the road, please? Get on the road.
You guys there with your kids? You guys are gonna need to go. You don't want your kids watching this. Get your kids out of here.
Oh, they'll be scarred for life worse on TikTok.
At least.
Yeah.
Weedholics.
I'm fine with
Is he just telling someone to get their kids out of here?
Yeah.
We'll just have one up top because if he jumps down, he's going to jump off immediately, and we need at least us down here. But if he stays up, we'll be
Stand
up in a
around and watch
second.
this
Makes
crazy
sense.
man pancake.
Firefighters begin to move the truck into position beneath Ramondo, but they quickly
Red's got that
realize
slow
there's a flaw in
Australian
their
internet
plan.
connection.
A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more.
I think you're a few seconds behind us.
No, he's already back. Stop, 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 stop.
Ramondo hangs from the wire with only his outstretched arms,
Oop on the
leaving
fire
him one
truck.
wrong move away from a treacherous fall. In the meantime, 2 officers take position on the opposite roof in case he attempts to escape across the wires to the other side.
If he gets here, we're going real quick.
Get the snipers ready.
Because it's going to be a fight, and it's going to take all those people a little bit to get up here.
Yeah, don't let the road take your kill.
Try to get him secured if he does get to the side.
Back on the ground, officers attempt to reason with Ramondo, hoping an enticing offer.
Posing like he's going to do a striptease. What the fuck? Why is he standing like that?
If he falls off the wire, shoot him before he hits the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make sure we get our XP.
I got SIGs if you want some SIGs. I got one.
It gives me more energy.
I'll give you one.
It gives me more energy.
I promise. I got it in my bag.
Why haven't they got an
I got a whole
airbag
pack.
under him?
You want menthol or regular?
Why do you think?
I'll go get it, but you got to jump on the fire truck, man.
He's pretty limber, I'll give him that. He's surprisingly limber. Like, respect.
I'm just waiting for you. You gotta jump on the fire truck. He's like, okay, and then he falls, misses the truck, and hits the ground.
Robbery, in the hopes she might be able to identify the suspect as the same man from the restaurant.
Currently, there's a gentleman who's hanging from 2
man
wires.
from the
And if you would tell
restaurant.
me if this is the same guy that assaulted you earlier today.
So if you're trying to use the
There
truck
you
to...
go. There's the striptease.
Oh, he's pooping now.
Got a big turtle head poking out.
You want to go down that route? Now, I saw Charlie talk about this, and as he pointed out, if he's going to poop upside down, it's just going to go right back into that colon. So it's not going to be as much of a threat until he rights himself. Then it's chaos.
What we're looking at now is probably just a little bit of his shirt dangling and making like a little.
Oh yeah, that's his belt.
A little bump on his silhouette, but I like to imagine that's just a gigantic turtle head.
Yeah, no, what he's doing is he's just taken one of those eating challenges and he...
I was going to say he ate the Cornish pasty.
Cornish pasty's just as huge when it comes back out.
That's 5 pounds coming back out express.
He needed a mess to get through the pain of it.
Oh no!
Get butt naked now.
As Ramondo's jaw-dropping antics continue, Shayla arrives on the scene, and officers begin connecting the dots between each of their robbery cases.
You can probably go for like where that Jeep is. Or maybe a little bit. Yeah, just don't get any closer than that.
Oh no.
How come when junkies come on to me, they always just come on to me in the sense of like, hey man, can I have some money? I'm kind of needing it right now. Where like all these fun junkies are always just outside of my vision. I turn around and suddenly there's motherfuckers crawling on shit.
Now you've built up such a sense of anticipation. Read what's on the screen right now. I'm going to crap on. Who is he going to crap on? Who's he going to crap on? This is the fucking...
I'm going to say all he is. That's what I'm going to say. All he is.
So,
yeah.
You know what I want to know is the watermark for this channel. This channel is called EWU Body Cam. Why does their watermark have the word explore on it?
Because that was probably the original footage that was uploaded, and then EW took that and ran with it. And now we're altering it by pausing it and talking over it. I wonder if there's an extra layer of that where somebody takes this and then re-uploads it under a different name. Like there's some Bangladeshi YouTube channel, Daily Motion channel somewhere with like the bearded ramblings. It's just...
man. You know you've hit rock bottom when you're covering us.
Yeah, and you're commentating on commentators that commentating on a fucking police cam. So you may want to get a day job.
Yeah.
Putting that out there.
Let's commentate on that channel that has 5 viewers.
That's him. Okay. That's Sam 14, just for info. That is going to be 100% positive as my suspect for the robbery in the 2nd degree.
And Sarge, it's the same for mine too, because he's missing a shoe. He left his other shoe at the scene of the theft.
Maybe the watermark
theft
is what
too.
this guy's actually seeing as he hallucinates.
The wolf will get me if I drop down. He'll eat me. Can't you see it? It's gonna eat you too.
The goat's wolf is going to get me.
It wants me to explore.
Yeah, possibly.
He wants to explore
Ramondo's
my
charges
innards.
will have to wait, as he's been holding on for just over 20 minutes, and it won't be long before exhaustion and gravity bring him down.
I read that as gravy.
Another.
Oh.
Oh. That was a slippy doodle.
He tried doing a Tarzan.
Oh, this is not going to end well, is it?
Back on the roof, officers are still puzzled by an earlier question.
I wonder how he got on that building. Like, what?
So I think I saw. So from the interior, from the inside that I saw, there was a round spot.
Is it Jumble singing?
And then an air conditioning unit. With him and being as athletic as he is, he could have committed. If you commit to the jump,
Hardcore.
So.
Firefighters moved the truck into
I
a
love
new
how
position
parkour
beneath
is
him,
common
giving an
parlance
officer
now.
the chance to get closer to Ramondo. But what Ramondo does next is so
Ramondo.
unexpected, it leaves everyone in utter shock.
Oh, here we go.
Are you really trying to go to the bathroom right now? Yes. You're fighting gravity.
Oh.
He told me he's gonna poop.
He's pooping.
He's pooping.
Yeah, we're defecating.
The thing that happened next was totally unexpected because he told us he was going to do it.
Backing away from the truck, officers wait for his
So he's
inevitable
pooping.
fall.
What do we
While
do?
landing on the fire truck would be less dangerous for Ramondo, an officer highlights a potential risk that could make the situation far worse
now
when he
he's
does.
finally doing what I thought he should have done 10 minutes ago.
He's
Park
got
the
access
truck
to like
along the
tools
fucking line.
on top of this
Jesus.
fire truck, just so you know.
Right?
I was thinking that 5 minutes. Why aren't they parking the truck along the thing? So if he goes for a crawl, at least all they got to do is reverse. We'll go forward a few feet.
High ones.
Are you reading the subtitles? Or man's doing some world building up here.
I think they shut off the power.
This is
He's been designing his D&D campaign while he's up here pooping.
By now,
We're looking
Ramondo
at
has
horse
been
he
holding on
has.
for nearly 45 minutes.
His character clearly worked with a lot of dexterity in his build.
Yeah.
This is still going to hurt when he comes down. That's still
Oh, sure.
Oh, he took the original D&D acrobat class.
Woo!
Oh, maybe.
He fell like a mannequin being knocked out the side of a moving vehicle. Bonk!
But he landed flat. He
Come on down.
was so lucky he landed like that to spread out the fucking impact.
Not like on his
Just
head or
come on down the
something.
ladder.
Yeah, if he landed on his head, he was dead. That was enough.
Oh no!
Maybe.
Oh!
That,
I could hear it
that-
over yous and the audio in the thing. It was so loud.
Take it back and let's watch that in slow motion. Crank the audio. I want to hear it.
Yeah,
at this
no one talk.
0.25 speed.
No, all right. So let's slow it down to normal speed, and now.
Just come on down the ladder, bro.
That was wet, too.
That was.
I want to hear it at 0.25 speed. I demand.
We did already. That was the original
0.25,
one.
Was it?
No, the original one was. Let's try it in slow mo.
Full slow, 0.25.
Just come on down the ladder.
Too slow.
Body, body.
Here. Yes. That would make a great,
This is,
just topped up by like $10, like a dono gift.
This guy is the real slow motion scat man.
I'm a scat man.
Somebody clip the show immediately with this section in it. Oh, that's beautiful. That fart tore its way into reality.
Farts.
Bop.
Beep, boop, 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 boop.
Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot me.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
He just pulled the phone wire down.
It's just like a fuck you to the telco company. It's like, fuck you, AT&T. Fucking pay 'em up.
Hey, anything to say fuck you to AT&T? Or Verizon.
What? What's
Will you give a warning?
Go wireless. There's the...
I agree with that. Fuck AT&T.
I'll be on the backside here.
Oh, he's gonna get the fucking 40mm mic.
This is your warning. What the warning?
Oh, they're going to beanbag him.
Everybody else to go.
Now, they're already talking about lethal force if he doesn't get down.
You're too big. I'll beat you in arm wrestling.
I'll beat you, except for you. You're too big, but I'll beat you in arm wrestling. Drugs or no drugs, he knows his limit.
Yeah, he just needs a couple of pepper ball rounds from the spicy boy, and he will calm down pretty damn quickly.
You can't take me to jail if I beat you in arm wrestling. It's in the Constitution, damn it.
That's just logic right there.
That's some sovereign citizen shit right there.
Yes.
Is this a fever dream? This can't be happening. I must be asleep dreaming this shit. Like, this dude is just defiantly farted in the face of fucking attack squad.
He's the indomitable human spirit.
This guy's my spirit animal. That's who he is.
I want to help you get into treatment.
He doesn't need treatment. He just needs more.
He needs, yeah, he needs.
Get this man a can of beans.
How much time am I doing?
Just confirm one more time. Wilkes will
what's the
shoot
charge
40
for
only.
farting on a fire engine?
Brad will be secondary just in case.
Is that a criminal offence to stand dominantly upon a fire engine and fart on it?
With officers positioned on both roofs and ready to act, it's now up to Ramondo how this ultimately comes to an end.
Good. A backflip in the pike position off the fucking fire truck on the offence.
Yeah.
Concrete.
Yes.
Sister's phone number?
Like, if this was in Arkansas, they would have pit maneuvered the fire truck and fucking just shot him. Don't fuck around in Arkansas.
I believe you mean Arkansas.
Ignorant.
Arkansas State Troopers, mate. They are hardcore with their pit maneuvers. They will pit you at 130 miles an hour and fucking murk you.
Break my neck and I'm already hurt.
We're one of the few states that do that still.
Checked out by the ambulance.
If you ever get lit up by an Arkansas State Trooper, pull the fuck over.
You got my word. I want a hug from all you people that's here today.
Maybe go and clean yourself up first, buddy, before we hug you.
Come down safe, man.
He's squishy.
On how I did today. I hope I trained and learned, and you guys learned something.
I hope you learned something.
More soldiers out here. My robot.
True.
Be careful to your
I love the world too, brother.
I got bigger shoulders than you. All right, bro. All right, man. Be careful getting down. I love the world.
Oh, come on. Come on. There you go. Oh, you could hear the squish when he landed. Oh.
Hey, at least he gets land on something soft.
You gotta put your handcuffs, make sure you ain't got no weapons on you, all right?
Oh, he's playing 4D chess. That's why he pooped while he was up there, so he could land softly.
Create his own.
Handbag, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, squish bag.
I'll be a snake.
Poop bag?
I want the sheriff's car. It was comfortable.
Sheriff car's off.
Yeah, we want to wrap you in this blanket to avoid being contaminated with your fecal matter.
Oh my God, is it what was that guy's name?
Love you, kids.
If we could find a way.
Oh, Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yeah, is that him?
Yeah, that's what he's been doing, has he?
Proud of you guys. My whole body.
Amazing.
Get a contact high from his sweat.
Amazing.
I'm just kidding. I didn't give up. Mama,
These cops are amazing.
Gerald. Put some meth in there. Have some bomb.
Can you put some meth in there? The fucking legend. Hell yeah, he knows what he's all about. Dad?
Now that's a screenshot.
He looks like me dad. I'm not even kidding.
What me dad did on holiday.
So he lied about dying. He's been to some meth head. Oh, no, I can picture Roy doing that. Yeah, being a meth head out in America. I'd have thought it'd be more heroin, but it works.
He didn't have the heart to tell you that he wanted to move to America to start a new career as an acrobatic meth head.
Yeah, in all fairness, if my dad wanted to do that, he wouldn't have shut the fuck up about it for 5 years.
No meth.
It's medicine. Meth is medicine for me.
Meth is medicine.
No, it's not.
Ah, damn right.
No.
True. Don't do fentanyl. He's right. So that can't be my dad then.
We have just witnessed a world's first, and I don't think you guys realize that was a meth head giving out good advice. Don't do fentanyl.
True.
Don't do. This is the first time I find myself in utter and absolute agreement with
a meth head.
Don't do fentanyl. So there you go. There's a first for everything. I've now agreed with the meth head.
Here, from meth head to meth head, I give you a meth head. Kanye West.
Oh.
Kanye West's account posting shocking anti-Semitism round. I can't show that image up there, this one down here, because he's she gets quite nude. She gets quite nude, and for a second, they don't upload the blur fast enough, so you can just see her, because she showed up on. Go on, yeah, go on.
Who is that, and why is she stripping on?
That's his latest girlfriend. This is the Grammys. You can see the Grammy logo down there. He tried to get into the Grammys, but she showed up more or less completely naked as her outfit, and they were like, "Yeah, no, fuck off. You can't actually come in here, because you're basically walking around nude." But we're not here for her.
Is Kanye going on an anti-Semitic rant really that shocking to anybody?
No. And it's also not shocking that he's being allowed to, because, well, look at this. I love Hitler now, what bitch, say whatever the fuck you want. I want... It better not end with O. I'm Nazi, let's see, give him money back. Here we go. More fun stuff. N-word newsflash. White people and Jewish people are different. You can get money with Jewish people, but they always going to steal and invite you over to their house on Friday. White people do not. Day house. White people do not fuck with no N-word. They leave that to the Jews. You think you getting money. Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. All white people are racist. And the last one there is cut off. Woke ass N-word. Jews, it's whatever. Yeah,
No, it says broke, not woke.
Oh, okay. That's the opposite then, I suppose. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's
It's what you get when you go woke.
Oh yeah. That's why Baldur's Gate 3 was such a failure. The guy is mentally ill more than ever, and he's being praised by a bunch of neo-Nazis who frankly probably love watching him go crazy. Because he's
over there like we hate black people, but he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, basically he's I hate to say he's their dancing monkey. He's gonna be doing songs and dances, and they'll be throwing chicken bones at him. He'll be wearing like the jester hat, going he doesn't even have the respectability of the bear in the little with the fez in the little car driving around.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even have that. At least that bear could drive,
Yeah.
Is this it though? Like a statement at time, Adidas branded. Yeah, it's just all classic shit. But yeah, he's back on X, Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it sadness.
How dare you?
I know. But here's actually a bit of funness.
There was no way I was going to vote Remain. I didn't want to be part of Romania. I don't even know where that is. I wanted us to stay in Europe, which is why I voted Leave, to leave things as they are. So I'm gutted I didn't win.
I voted Remain because someone told me if we left, they'd make spaghetti illegal, and I didn't want to have to end up paying a fortune for spaghetti from a dealer in a dodgy flat somewhere, and then getting it home and finding out it was drinking straws or noodles or something.
There was no way.
Or noodles or something.
We were just talking about Brexit and Nazis.
That's why I voted Leave, so they would leave
Leave
things
them alone. Okay. Oh, here's one from Canada.
Canadian real estate versus literal European castles, part 25. That's right, I'm back. And for those of you who haven't seen me before, yes, there are 24 more of these. Check the playlist, haters. This is...
I don't know how else to say this. His face is not 100% symmetrical.
I think you do know how to say that, actually. You just did it.
Well, I don't know how else to describe it better because I'm not saying it as a negative. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. But the more I look at his face, the more I think of like an early work of Picasso.
Slightly, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, yeah. Now you won't be able to unsee it. I'm not throwing shade at the motherfucker. There could be 1,000 reasons. It's not aesthetically unappealing. It's just something I immediately noticed about his face.
16 Chamomile Street, a 4-bed, 3-bath home in Vaughan, Ontario. The listing says that it's close to Highway 407 and all amenities. Think about that. All amenities. That's pretty incredible. Exotic pet stores, heavy mechanics for deep sea
407
drilling
is a
equipment,
huge
top
highway, by the
dentists,
way.
whatever the mind can imagine, you're close to it. It also says it's a handyman special, whatever that means. So let's take a look inside. Here's your
Means
living
that
room
he's
with
fixing
hardwood
up.
floors. That's pretty nice.
Mhm.
Here's another shot of your living room. You can see that the floors are in a little bit of rough shape, so that's probably the handyman special part of it. This is your dining room. Good natural light, although once again, some work to be done on the floors here. This is part of your kitchen. As you can see, the floors here could use a mop as well, and there's a little something going on with the ceiling up there. Here's a bedroom. As you can see, there's a little bit of clutter, and again, the floors need some cleaning here, but this is fine. This is where you're going to be sleeping from now on. Here's your spacious walk-in closet. Now, for some reason, the person taking the photo doesn't actually want to walk into the walk-in closet, and he's also wearing a mask, which is a little unusual because this is a recent listing, but it's probably fine. Here's another bedroom. At this point, I might just replace this floor. It's going to take a long time to clean that. Here's another one of your bedrooms. You can see
Oh boy.
This
Oh.
this is Jared's room.
Jared doesn't have that much stuff.
there's a lot of clutter in here, but longtime viewers will recognize this as the potential for buried treasure. You can also see that the ceiling fan in this room is drooping, which does something.
The fan looks sad, like it's a sad flower in a cartoon. Whoop!
I would be too if I was hung up in that room.
The little toaster that could universe fan that's like, please let me die.
The little
Happy
fan that no
ceiling
longer
fans when they
could.
get tired. This is the bathroom. You can just have a look at that. We also have this fun note
Something,
here that's been
something,
posted
egghead.
about excessive mold throughout the first and second floors of the building. And
Excessive
Murder
Murder basement. Yes. Hey,
This is where the former owner pickled hookers.
They don't even have to stab you. They just lock you in the basement and wait for you to die of mold infection.
Now, this may seem a little off-putting because of the amount of mold in the picture, but I really wouldn't worry about it. Chances are it's just someone who is using their basement as an artisanal cheese cave to age their homemade cheeses. It's not really anything scary. There's probably nothing down there that's, growing or changing or becoming something else. Just don't think about it. Put it out of your mind. Just go to sleep. Don't worry about it.
Something
Nothing bad's
Resident
gonna
Evil
happen,
7.
Okay? So what would it cost
I
to
was
live
thinking
here?
that.
Only $759,000. That's fair.
Shit.
But it's such a great location.
Right. So, not only Australia has insane house prices now, but obviously America's gone absolutely like, oh, Australia's trying to be really stupid with real estate prices. Pff, hold my fucking beer, said America. We got this, and well, congratulations.
This is Canada.
That's Canada. I'm sorry, America. I made an assumption it was somewhere in Detroit. I don't know why. I just did.
Well, here's the thing. This is what it looks like from the outside. It looks nice on the outside. It's only Detroit on the inside of the house.
Yeah.
Well, how did they get Detroit inside Canada without paying all? That would have cost a lot of money to get, all of those.
As
they
as
charge you for bringing
the
stuff
Lego
in.
game told us, brick by brick, brick by brick. That's how they got it.
I just assumed that was America, so I could fucking suck a dick, can't I? I apologize.
Also, I like the careful progression of photos. Like the first few photos looked just fine, and then they got progressively worse.
Yeah, and then you see
So
the dude
as
in a
always, if
mask.
you're feeling a little bit strapped for cash, you can buy this castle in France for only €499,000. This castle, situated on just over 3 acres of land, features 9 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms with a total living area of 4,000 square feet.
That's more of a chateau, thank you very much. There's a difference.
The property, which can be accessed by an automated wrought iron gate at the end of a private lane, boasts a garden planted with a variety of well-tended species, including many century-old trees bordered
Wow,
by features multiple fireplaces,
only
spiral
$500,000.
staircase, a luxurious office, and stone steps leading up to a terrace at the back
This
of
is
the chateau.
This is
The two-car
two-thirds the
garage is
cost
attached
of
to the
the
building in case you don't want your
mold
car to be
house.
soiled by century-old tree leaves. So what's your pick? The lovely home in Vaughan with your very own artisanal cheese cave, or the castle in France? Let me know in the comments.
I mean, it loses a lot of value for being in France.
True.
Look, here's the thing though. It's a fucking castle, and imagine if we turn that into our streaming castle. Like I'll throw in a quarter right now. Let's
that
do
is
this. Let's,
We'd have to find a
that is
fourth
definitely
person, but yeah.
there's definitely at
there's
least
no-
a couple of rooms that can get turned into like D&D palaces, you know?
yeah. Oh look, like
Yeah.
a couple of bedrooms, one bedroom each. We'll just take one in each wing because obviously this is going to have multiple wings, and then we'll just
We'll be
Or you
living
can
in a
have-
place with a wing. Ooh.
and a nightclub.
You,
We got to
you could have one wing for the new orcs and one wing for the traditional orcs.
There you go.
And we'll how's this for the ultimate grift? We'll get like the lamest sort of like black pilled incel motherfuckers to go in and do like a traditional D&D game that is full of like nods and winks and dog whistles, and in the other one we'll get like a bunch of black people who are also trans with pink hair, and they'll play the new game, and we'll film both and we'll take residuals as rent.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the start
The,
of that's the start of the network.
The first group has to play second edition.
Yeah, can't play anything past like 1995.
With a little bit of work, we could make that look like one of the Emperor's warships, and we could go full 40K with that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
not a proper warship without a cathedral on it.
We
Well,
should build one.
Well then, how about we go to how about we return back to the other side of the pond?
Truly I say unto you, whoever welcomes one of these little ones in my name might be letting in a murderer or a drug. Let's get her to a detention center. Yeah, so we can figure out what's going on. I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. And behold, now I'm all lazy and entitled. You shouldn't have done that. Do unto others as you suspect they might want to do unto you. What is
True.
a man profited if he gain the whole world but lose his soul? A lot. He has profited a lot. One soul for the whole world, that is an amazing deal. Why do you look at the speck of dust in your brother's eye, but ignore the plank in your own? Because of her emails. Yes. If a man strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him and shoot him. That is the law. If you want to be perfect, go. Sell all the possessions that you have and give the money to a solid mutual fund. By this, they will know that you are my disciples. That you say, Merry Christmas! Christ! Christmas! That's my name in there, and I put it in there because I wanted it in there so we could all celebrate Big Boy Jesus' birthday time! Okay? Okay.
Rabbi, surely you can heal me.
My child, of course I could. But who would pay for it?
What? I don't understand. I don't have any money.
Yes, it is a sad story, but it does not make me responsible. It is super duper easy for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. The richer, the better, really. Maybe get a solid gold house, just to be sure. Love your neighbor as yourself. Unless you are better than your neighbor, then tell them that they're weird and you do not want to bake them a cake. You have heard it said, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say to you, any man who looks upon a woman with lust in his heart should go ahead and do what he's gotta do.
Lord, your followers grow hungry and we have only this fish and bread.
Oh, sweet.
You have a clever way to uphold your own teachings, regular Jesus. Lock her up. Drain the swamp.
Oh, that sarcasm is so thick you can cut it with a knife.
6 years old and still as relevant as ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was nearly as awesome as I don't know if you've seen Elon Musk made a post recently on Twitter, something about fighting the establishment. And one of the replies was, Elon, you are the establishment, you fucking idiot. It's like,
yep.
Thank you for pointing that
Right.
out, sir. Like, you are the how can you fight the establishment when you are
I was
one of
saying
the
that
kingpins of the establishment?
on I was saying that on Wednesday. They they're all talking about like the deep state and like the secret cabal that rules the world. No, you're it. You've done it. You are now you are the peak. And if anything
Yeah,
goes wrong, it's all
the
your
not so
fault.
secret cabal.
Yeah. Here's something
Behind me,
positive.
By the way,
is a
on,
really good
on this Jesus video topic for a second there, have you seen? Is it true that Trump's trying to open a governmental faith office or whatever the fuck he's calling it?
I haven't
No,
heard that
you
yet,
can't.
but
That's the whole thing on the Constitution. The
Yeah,
America
I
was founded
saw
on the.
people have
What
been
the
doing
fuck?
posts of him saying that, but I don't know if it's that's where we are right now. You can't tell if these stories are true or not because they could be.
yeah, it looks promising, as in like it's actually happening. Might be wrong use of the term here.
Faith office.
They can't do that because on the Constitution is the whole idea of America was based on the fruit, so people could have
Yeah,
freedom
separation
of
of church and state, but yeah, well, this guy's pissing all over everything, so you know.
Various
big red
faiths
flag.
of community leaders. Yeah, defend Christian liberty and combat anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity. What about Islam? Islam's anti-Christian, and technically so is Judaism, because they both deny that Christ is the Messiah. So another religious biases according to the order. So you know what that means, by the way? That means Jediism is going to get finally the respect it deserves. Fuck yeah, Jedis have been persecuted for too long now.
So let's not forget what's that religion called with Bob Dobbs? I forget.
Oh,
What about the flying spaghetti monster?
yeah, it's like this family. Yeah, it's like the Church of. Oh, I haven't thought of that in years.
The Church of the Subgenius.
Yes, that's the one.
The Church of the Subgenius. But
President.
I don't know if they have like a group. If they have like a group name like Christians do for.
Rev Paula White.
My colander, the spaghetti monster. What? No.
Spaghetti monster as well. Yep.
No.
All federal agencies to designate a faith liaison.
No.
Within
This
90
will be
days.
challenged in court and knocked down, just like the rest of it. And this is what I was talking to Landon about. I said, just get a deck chair and enjoy the next 4 years because Trump's going to do all of the dumb shit he said he was going to do. But most of it doesn't get through because it gets challenged at a state level, usually, and gets knocked the fuck on the head. And they never fight it because constitutionally it doesn't fucking hold water. This will be one of those things. But it's a red flag, and you want to keep an eye out for him trying to change the constitution so he can have a run at a third term. That's the one where everyone should
Third
just
term.
go fuck off.
What do you mean third term? He's not gonna try to have a third term. He's just gonna try to have himself kept in there permanently.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
you
what
know
he's
what
gonna
I mean.
do.
Yeah,
To do that, he has to change the constitution so he's allowed to have a third run.
He is absolutely going to try.
Yeah,
Will he
and Xi Jinping
succeed?
did, and Vladimir Putin did the same goddamn thing.
Yep.
So there's your red flag right
And
fucking there.
you know what most people try to think is going to happen? Oh, afterwards it'll be reset once he's dead. Yeah, if you're a dictator for life, dead usually at best means an assassination, and at worst they're going to die of old age.
And what happens usually is you get what happened in Syria. You get the Assad regime, which went generational. You look at Belarus, that's looking to be generational if that doesn't
Yep.
change. And several other fucking
North
places, if
Korea.
they didn't, Iraq, North Korea. The list is very long and can go on forever. And it usually only stops through a bloody uprising. And when I mean bloody, I mean blood flowing in the streets bloody.
All right.
Not
So you
British
don't-
bloody. Yeah.
All right.
You do not want Trump doing that. All right, sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, just, we are pushing 2 hours, so let's watch some more wholesome shit, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Behind me here is a really good example of a male and a female elephant. A male, much bigger. I mean, he's a 7-ton bull. He's got a very round, broad head. A female, a lot smaller, and she's got a more squared head. And those are the immediate ways to quickly tell the difference between a male and a female elephant. And Mac has just taken my hat and now has gone into his mouth.
Don't the tusks
Mac,
factor in
please,
too?
boy. Please, can I have my hat back?
Is that only a boy thing?
I
Or
th-
no?
no,
I don't
I think it is, but I don't think every elephant. I think some elephants
Here, I've got to try and
can
get
have
my hat
both.
back, and it's a bit of bribery. I'm just going to give my devil some. And then Mac, give my hat back, Mac, hat back.
Give him his...
Good boy. It hasn't quite come back in the same shape, but anyway, here it is with a bit of saliva on it. But it's
And
still
put
fit.
that in the laundry.
Yeah, I imagine that's not quite smelling the best. Here's
At
here.
least it's not an alpaca.
True. That shit would burn. Oh, the most important debate in the world's finally being resolved.
Should you keep your ketchup in the cupboard or the fridge? Heinz has finally decided to weigh in on this important debate. Well, they can fucking weigh back out because they haven't got a clue what they're talking about. They say there has only ever been one correct answer. We're happy to share that Heinz tomato ketchup belongs in the fridge.
Hell yeah. Fuck you, fatter Irish beardier man. I, the other fat Irish beard man, is delighted to be on the right side of history because I always put mine in the fucking fridge. Hell yeah. That's how you
I
do
believe
it.
you mean fatter and also Irisher.
Why do you say things that you know will hurt me?
I think you just answered your own question.
Would you ever fuck off with your nonsense? Ketchup that has been kept in the fridge is not fit for purpose. First of all, it will not exit the bottle without a rigorous shake. This is ungentle.
You get the squeezy one. That squeezes. Boom. Done. Problem solved. The world is saved. It's peace in the Middle East.
Gentlemanly behaviour at the dinner table, and I will not be engaging in it. If you leave it in the cupboard, slides out smooth like poetry. People will say, oh, you just leave it upside down, it's fine. I don't want to fucking leave it upside down. What's the word coming to where you have to leave things upside down for them to work? I can put it in the cupboard at any orientation of my choosing. That's freedom, and that's the fucking Republic of Ireland I grew up in. Need a break. Follow me. I'm delicious.
50-50 even when I grew up. Some people put it in, some people didn't. What about the rest of you?
Yep.
Where do you stand on it?
I leave my sauce in the fridge, but I'm quite happy to go down the bakery and they've got the little sauce satchels that are just sitting on the bench top. At room temperature, they're also fine. But personally, I just put it in the fridge because it kind of makes sense because then you don't have to worry about it going bad because I live in a place where, unlike this bearded Irish git,
Hello.
No, I love this guy. He's fucking awesome. Yeah, we live in a
he's
place.
correct. He is, in fact, delicious.
Yeah, he is delicious. I'll give him that. But we live in a place where if you leave stuff out and it can sort of start to grow other life forms in it, which, you know, may not be good for you. So we just tend to try and put stuff in the fridge when you can, just to be safe.
Yeah. Ooh, we should look at this.
We are in Japan, and they are serving a 1-pound garlic
I
Niniku
will speed
burger.
up.
What does Niniku mean? It means garlic. It's a garlic burger. First of all, there's 4 patties, 2 layers of cheese, orange sauce on the top and bottom. I'm assuming that's filled with garlic.
Yes.
Is it really big?
I love burgers, I love cheese, I love bread, and I love garlic. Hit me up. Pump that thing into my arms.
Welcome back to another episode of Anything with Alvin. Today, we're going to be taking on
Was that
Burger
a
King
McDonald's
Japan's
burger?
1-pound quadruple.
Burger King.
Burgers in
Wait a
Japan.
minute. This isn't Babish.
It's his Asian friends. Anything with Alvin.
It's his Asian guy who does a good impression of his own voice.
Garlic burger. On their advertisement sign that we saw around Japan, they're kind of promoting the fact that they use 3 different kinds of garlic in their burger.
If it's Asian, they'll get
Fried,
Alvin in.
and fresh. But I think we can do a little bit better. First,
That's
we're going to start with
racist.
3 whole entire
I
bowls
know.
of garlic. Now I'm going to take these
I'm
and cut
doing a
these in
Google
half so we
search.
can
I want a
expose the
fucking
clothes
garlic
inside, put them
burger.
on some
Damn it.
foil.
Yeah, the patty. Yeah, if they do it in Japan, like it's not that
I like
far away
how-
from you.
I like how a sliced open garlic looks like some sort of insect hive inside.
It does.
And then drizzle some olive oil over the top and wrap these up and throw them into a 375-degree oven for about 40 minutes until they can slightly roast until they're soft and sweet. Now, I'll just take some
Steady
time in the
dose
oven
after
to
this.
get nice and soft. Let's take you on a journey back to how we do this in
Yeah.
Japan. So Tony and I, after seeing this advertisement, were clearly very
Daily
tempted
Dose is
by
the
this
original
prospect
sweet
of
boy.
This crazy burger that we saw all around in the subway, in the mall, so we had to go get it. We ordered it. I think it was around $20 or so. And yeah.
$20 for a fucking Burger King burger. That better include all
Well, to be
the
fair,
fries and the drink.
I was just gonna say, you see on the picture that is the combo.
Yeah. So.
Although, if you look at just the burger by itself, it's only $3 less.
Better be
Yeah, we went
huge.
upstairs to go eat it. This was huge. Probably the biggest burger from a fast food place
Yeah, I have to say that's pretty big for a Burger King burger. So at least, but it obviously doesn't look anything like the fucking picture.
I've ever held in my life. And the crazy thing is that even though I held it up with both hands, it sagged from its own weight, which tells you about how much patty there is in this thing. And I couldn't help but admire its somewhat odd beauty of sorts. Anyways, let's take a look inside. On the top, you can clearly see that there's not only ketchup, but there's special garlic sauce, which I think is one of the biggest ways that they insert garlic into this burger. It's got that like grilled, flame-broiled Whopper flavor, a little bit of that. I don't know if it's artificial smoke or fake smoke. And it was good, but it was
I'd
very
fuck with this
heavy.
tomorrow.
It wasn't as garlicky I was hoping for. Because usually with this much kind of meat, you usually want to counter that with a ton of garlic. So I thought they could have done a little bit better at either amping up the garlic flavor in the beef, in the bun, or just using a lot more of that sauce to counteract it. Yeah, I took about 3 bites and then Tony finished the rest, and then he had to immediately go home and take a nap. So that being said, in our version today, we're going to try to amp this garlic up to the way that we would prefer this if we were to
I
ever
had a
make
sketty nap
quadruple
last
patty.
night.
Nice.
Too much sketty. I was just zonked out.
Do you remember Philly after the Rubens? We were all just destroyed.
Well, I hadn't slept well the night before that anyways, so I was absolutely just destined for that. Yeah.
1 pound garlic
Spaghetti
burger.
bolognese
So I want to
does
take another
that,
whole
doesn't
bowl
it?
of garlic and
Yeah.
the cloves
Most
and
Italian
the
food will
skin
knock
shell.
you
I'm gonna
out.
chop them up into somewhat large
Depends
chunks, not
how
too
much you
fine,
have, and
put
I
them
have a
in
lot.
frying pan and cook them
Yeah.
slowly with about a half a stick of butter.
You don't
at a
sit down
medium
and have a
low.
little
Kind of
bit of
frying them but at a
spaghetti
very
like
low
this.
temperature so
True.
that way
Right.
we don't run the risk of burning any of our little chunks. Once that's all done, I'm gonna give this a strain so that not only do we have our fried garlic on top, which has been nice and fried and delicious, but we also have garlic butter on the bottom, which we can probably incorporate back into the burger somehow. Okay, now that our cloves have been finished roasting, let's take a look and see what's inside. These are nice and slightly golden brown, not too dark though. This took about 40 minutes or so. Then, making sure that we don't burn our fingers, we're gonna slowly remove each soft roasted clove from their little shells. Alright, let's work on the bun. Now the Burger King one was a pretty standard fast food bun, squishy and very sweet, but I think it'd be a lot more fun if we made this even more garlicky. So we're gonna take a huge inspiration from Brian Lagerstrom's squishy burger bun recipe, which I've been looking for quite some time. Because a lot of the burger buns you see you make at home are kind of brioche and doughy, but I wanted that like sweet, soft, squishy burger bun, and so we're gonna give this one a shot. The coolest part is that it actually has a baked potato as one of its ingredients. So we took a potato, I just microwaved it for about 5 minutes in a paper towel.
Irishman
wet
immediately
until it
perks up a
reached the
potato.
consistency of a baked potato. About 150 grams of this, gonna take the skin off. I'm gonna push that through a ricer to get it nice and soft, so that way we don't have big chunks. I'm also going to take the soft roasted garlic cloves and squeeze that through the ricer as well to get that nice and pureed. So we don't want huge
Fuck is a
chunks in
ricer?
our dough. Okay, now that our roasted garlic cloves and our potato have been nice,
Whatever the hell
we're gonna
that
make
is.
our dough. All these ingredients are just gonna go into a stand mixer all at once. We're gonna have about 650 grams of flour,
I would have
8 grams of
called it
instant
the
yeast, 12
Annihilator.
grams of salt, 80 grams of sugar, the rice, baked potato, and the soft garlic that we had earlier. 1 large egg, 70 grams of melted butter that isn't super hot, 200 grams of warm water. Once these are in, these is just going to mix at about medium speed for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the strength of your mixer and how hot or cold your kitchen is. This took us about 13 minutes or so. It's going to start off pretty sticky, going to get stickier. It's going to look like it's sticking to the sides, but once you kind of push it down and keep letting it go, eventually it's going to come together in a coherent, still sticky dough ball. That is a good sign though. It should be able to come off the dough hook with some coaxing. Then
My
it's
name in
gonna go
college,
into a
sticky
oil
dough
bowl,
ball.
and we're going to do a little bit of a turn.
I wasn't very
This is pretty
popular.
common for
Whoa.
dough such as sourdough or baguette dough sometimes, but you kind of take a bowl, wobble it a bit, stretch it out, and slap it over the side.
It's
and repeatedly
testicles.
flip the whole thing upside
I
down.
was thinking along the lines.
Room temperature covered for about 45 minutes or so.
Scrotum.
Pretty big, so got to aggressively punch it down.
I just went, look at that
The gas, and we'll do that
nutsack.
same
Oh,
turning and flipping and
scrot
slapping
bread.
technique, and let it proof one more time at room temperature for about
Salty.
45 minutes or so. Then the dough is still going to be very gassy. We're gonna punch it out again, turn it out, and cut these into just chunks that we can roll these.
You're not
into buns.
supposed to
I like
punch
kinda
down,
make
you're
it
supposed to
where it
punch up.
comfortably fits in the palm of my hand when I make
This
the
guy's
first
not
roll on
woke.
the counter. And then we're going to place these on a tray with parchment paper and let these proof one more time covered.
Now they definitely look like balls.
These are going to get a nice brush of either egg wash or milk.
Yeah, I
You
like
just
how
add
we're
half
all
and
on the
half water
same
runs
level.
both
We'll
sides
just
and use
it
that.
looks
That
like
can
just
go
a
right on top. And then
nutsack
just go
in a
into an oven
bowl.
at 400 degrees for about 17 minutes or so. I should have put the sesame seeds on the wash. I forgot to do that, so we're going to have to put them on these
Oh,
beautiful looking
God.
buns afterwards.
Well,
So
they
to
do look
that.
good,
Gonna
though.
brush some melted butter on top, and then hopefully these sesame seeds will stick. Not as much as they should be
Oh.
because I should put them on earlier, but
Now we're getting
this will do.
fancy.
We'll also mention that the 2 big buns that we have.
Well,
on
this
one
is
Oh,
the
these are
Baptist channel
bougie.
after all.
Yeah, they are bougie as fuck, and they can afford to be.
different oven that will still preheat.
They use an egg.
They're taking that
Holy
burger
shit.
they saw, and they're taking that burger they saw, and they're bouging it the fuck up.
Because our ovens preheat from the top.
I just
they're
want to
slightly
see an
burned, but we're gonna
episode
show you
one
how
day
we
where
use
you
those
like
leftovers
just
at the very
halfway
end.
through
We
the
didn't wanna waste
episode,
the
you
buns.
just
It was a good
get
dough.
shoved
Okay,
aside
so
and
onto the beef.
you just
Now,
hear
fast food
ordinary
beef,
sausages
especially
voice
Burger King,
take
pretty
over.
greasy, pretty fat.
They came this
yeah.
close. They watch each other's
collaboration.
shit. They came this close to doing a collab together at one point. Oh, that's a
Make it happen,
timeline.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
so I went
someone
with some chuck
pitched
roast
it
that had
like
a lot of
that,
fat
where
still
they
attached
just
to
like
it, it's
did
about
a
2 pounds here I
thing
got.
where
I'm gonna
they
cut these
didn't
into chunks, put
advertise
them
it,
on a
it was
tray,
just
freeze it. This is my
one
personal
of
preferred
his
method.
episodes.
Yeah, it just
And
comes out of
halfway
nowhere.
through,
Out
bumps
each
up,
Yeah.
and then
food
put it
processor
on, and
until
on
they're nice
Sausage's
and
channel, the
pebbly
same
and
thing
almost
happens.
looks like ground beef. That's
He,
kind of the end
halfway
goal.
through the
Oh,
episode,
it's the best
he gets
best
bumped
sausage
and
they've ever
Cabbage
had.
comes in.
Mrs. Sausage comes down and starts like playfully flirting with Babish.
Yeah, oh, definitely, absolutely. You see
Oh
her
wow!
hands come in and start
Wow!
stroking his hand, going, "Hi, nice
Wow!
to
You
meet
you
you."
you you
Finally,
really
the,
work out, don't you?
yeah. Oh,
At the end, she's
imagine
just hanging off his arm. Yeah.
we could probably write the crossover episodes for these guys, and they'd just be viral because we're
Oh
big
god!
fans and we know what appeals to the
Yeah.
fans.
I would
We should
love.
spe-
Yeah, go on.
Let's
You do it
pitch this
first.
fucking idea. We're doing this, boys.
Yeah.
We got this.
So Mrs. Sausage is hanging off of Babbitt's arm and flirting him up, and then over here on this channel, Mr. Sausage is hanging off of Alvin's arm.
No, I would love if
No,
he was
no.
if he was just like looking around, going, "Oh my god, these people are millionaires! Like, what the hell even is this thing?"
We get ordinary sausage to focus on that mixing bowl because you know the grinder, and
Yeah.
I think he should and start fondling that mixing. Going,
Oh no,
don't
he's
you home with me. Mm.
he's trying to grind his sausage through the ricer.
No, in the mixing bowl, he puts his ingredients in the mixing bowl. Try what are you grinding?
Yeah.
At the end of it, you're gonna see his chest, and he's clearly been stealing all the fancy equipment, and it's all like sticking out of his shirt and shit like that.
Yeah.
When he's walking out of the car park to get in his car, you see he's got like a trolley load full of all of his appliances, and he's just running.
Yeah.
You see Alvin like coming out of it, like they tied us up, get him, and he's just running to his car with like a bunch of ladles falling behind him and shit, spatulas.
We need to write this and pitch this shit to both of them. So we don't want money.
Yes.
We just want to watch the video. Can we just
Put some
can we
credits
react
in
to
at the end of it. We could do with the views.
Processor, else things
Yeah.
can get a little bit jammed.
Yeah,
Once
link
that's all
to the
ready to
channel.
go, I'm going to go ahead and
Beautiful.
push that together and shape these into patties so that they can kind of set before we get to searing them in a pan. Once these are pressed, I like to season
Oh,
these
here
with salt
we
and pepper
go.
because sometimes in the pan it can get a little bit too crazy when you're dealing with frying burgers. It's pretty time sensitive. So to fry 2 at a time and to emulate fast food burger cooking techniques, they're usually a little bit flatter. So I think we can maybe emulate that by searing the burgers, pressing them down pretty aggressively, and then using a cast iron pan to kind of weigh it down so that way they don't kind of do that clumping thing that beef does when it hits the pan. Hopefully that'll make that flatter. Let's give that a look. I think it's doing pretty good. Clearly
That's
this beef
actually
mixture
a
is
really
very
good
fatty. As you can
idea.
see the amount of fat that is
That
in it.
pan
Now,
looks
we're gonna
pretty
flip these
heavy,
over and
yeah.
apply our nice crust and not
Yeah.
cook them for too long because these are
Because I was thinking they
relatively
look a
thin.
bit
This is
thick.
going
They're
to
not gonna
drain
cook
on a
that
sheet
quick,
tray
and you
lined
need them
with
to
a
cook
rack.
quick.
We're going to repeat that process with another 2
They
patties
look
to make a total
good.
of 4. These are pressed, seared,
Yeah.
flipped, drained, and then let to cool just for a
Now
little bit.
this will probably
Alright,
turn out
so
looking
last
like the
piece of this
picture.
burger, probably the most important part, is actually the special garlic sauce that they claim makes this
Better.
burger so garlicky.
here we
Now, the
go.
one we had in Japan wasn't as garlicky as we'd like, so we're going to make our own version, taking notes from how it tasted in Japan. So not only is this garlic sauce a garlic sauce, it actually is a chili garlic sauce. So we're going to take about a cup of QP mayo, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice for acidity, all the fried
Lemon.
garlic that we had fried earlier,
More
and about
garlic.
a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of
Mhm.
garlic powder, a tablespoon
Mhm.
of sriracha. Let's just take 2
Mm.
cloves of minced garlic, a squeeze of honey, a little spoonful of chili oil.
Bit
To be
of
honest, it really
honey?
wasn't measuring super
Yep.
intensity. You can adjust this to however you like.
Sriracha
Just
and
add
chili
something
oil.
else
This
to
is gonna be
balance out.
spicy
Just
as
a little,
fuck.
just add a little bit more
Barbecue
salt.
sauce has a bit of honey usually put into it.
Sauce. It doesn't really need to be that
No,
crazy.
you're right. Or
This is going to
molasses.
get blended
I've
with an immersion
actually
blender,
got
and
one
we're
from
going to combine
Indonesia
this
where you
nice
can
and beautifully orange colored
clearly
sauce.
taste
I don't know if
molasses
it's mayo,
for all
but
you
it's
know.
definitely a chili garlic mayo of some sort, and it tastes very strong, which I think is very important considering we're going
Oh,
to need
that
this for all of that beef we're going to be
that
eating.
looks so
So
good.
let's go
You
ahead.
could
and
do
assemble
so
our
much
burger.
with
Let's take
that.
one of our larger buns, cut that in half, and just to show you guys, this recipe is amazing. Let's squish it down just to see the bounciness of it. It has that beautiful squish that one of those fast food burger buns has, but also it kind of comes back a little bit, which is great because I think that's the look.
Imagine
isn't
playing
just
with that
food.
while stoned. That would be just brilliant. Like, squishy.
Wish.
Squish. Imagine Meth Head from earlier. He would have probably been playing with that thing for hours.
Like, that's legit art. That's not just
Mm.
food prep. This dude's really going fucking. the
Well, it is
opposite
a
end of the
university.
spectrum.
Babish Culinary University is a thing you could sign up for.
Universe.
Oh,
No, I like to say university. Because
it's a
I know you do.
university now. Canada. And I believe it. I heard it on the internet. Must be
putting a
true.
generous dollop of garlic
Yep.
sauce
That's
on
a-
the
that's
bottom,
a fair
followed by
point.
2 of our patties. Then 2 cheese slices go on top. American cheese, because it's
fuck
fast food.
off.
We're gonna make sure the little offset for
Oh
some visual
my
interest. Put 2 more patties on
God.
top, and then 2 more offset cheese slices. We're gonna follow up with a layer of pickles.
See, Cobes, this is how you create a mountain of cheese and grease.
Then a generous
Yeah.
amount of our garlic sauce again on the top bun and squish it down.
Oh,
Just
that
because the
looks
American
so
cheese isn't
fucking
really
good.
melted yet, we took this off camera into the oven for about a minute until the cheese had started to melt on the outside. Let's just show this off burger, and here it is. Our version of
Wow.
Japan's
Wow.
quadruple patty 1 pound garlic burger.
It looks like the Krabby Patty. It looks.
This looks pretty good. Obviously, it has more of a
Oh, that-
homemade look than a restaurant look because really not sure how they get.
You
this
can go to a
fat
gourmet
cheese
place and get a
down
burger like that
because ours ended up
if
always
you're willing to
looking
pay.
like this, but I
Here we
will
go.
say This looks pretty
Here we
good. Let's give
go.
this a cross section.
Ready for it?
4 layers of beef.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Who needs
Oh,
porn when
Expecting
you
a little
got
bit
this?
of cheese pull on that though.
It hasn't goopified that much.
Cheese and garlicky goodness.
Yeah.
So after taking a bite,
They
there's a
didn't
couple of things I really
goopify
want to
each
talk about.
layer of
Bun is amazing.
cheese.
Brian Lagerstrom
Just the
really
top
nailed the
one.
recipe for this one. It is by far the best
I do
burger bun
believe.
recipe I've ever used at home, and I will be definitely taking inspiration from that
That
and using it for many, many other things down the road. Thanks. I think that potato trick and the garlic that we put in really made that
Fucking
garlic flavor actually come through the bun
amazing.
itself. Second note is that the beef is pretty well cooked, and even though there's
Yeah,
a lot
nah,
of it,
when-
and a lot
when
of
the
cheesy
dude that
and
made it
fattiness
is
in the
just
burger, the garlic
gone.
sauce that we ended up making
Yeah.
was definitely the right call, and a lot of extra tang, a lot of
That's
garlic
legit
meat,
good.
allium kind of
Like
notes,
his
and it's
brain has
literally
switched off
counteracting
and he's
the
now
burger to
turned
make it
into
something that you
reverted
could want
back
to
into a
eat. Not something that you would take 3 bites
primal
of and hopefully
beast that's
maybe 20 would eat
consuming
the rest.
food.
You should be looking around every 5 seconds to see if someone's going to steal his food, you know?
No, he's got a big fucking knife next to him. He doesn't need to worry about
to show
that
you guys
shit.
what we would
He's
do with those 2 buns that we
quite
added to
happy in
the
his
burger. So our oven
environment.
again
Like,
preheated
have
from the top,
not
and
tech
it wasn't
food.
done
Hey,
too
if
soon,
anybody
but I was thinking it was,
anybody
but
comes
make
over
sure
and tries
to
to
kind of
steal
burn
his
them,
food,
take
they're
off
gonna
the
become
crust,
the next
and look, we have
burger.
some extra cheese
Yeah.
slices left over. Let's just make some
They're gonna
grilled
get
cheese.
filleted.
So I cut this bun in half.
He's
into
gonna make
the
a chill
kind of
grilled
crust it down,
cheese. He loves
gonna
the
make a
bun
smoother
so
surface,
much.
Put in about 4 slices of our cheese because that's the minimum amount of cheese you need to make a grilled cheese. Anything less than that is probably a crime. I think I'm gonna go heavy with the dollop of our
I think
special
I'm going
garlic
to
sauce.
subscribe to this channel
Sandwich
now.
out in the middle.
Usually it's just a treat when I come on, but
Yo, there's a deep well of great stuff that's going
And
on.
then in the pan, I'm gonna actually use our garlic sauces instead of a butter because it's basically just
Like,
mayo.
I'm
and
an
other
ordinary
things. Once that
sausage
cooks
boy
and
now,
melts,
fully
it's gonna caramelize
subscribed
pretty
and
nicely.
addicted.
People sometimes use
Well,
mayo.
hell
as a
yeah.
butter, so I'm trying to take inspiration from that as well. So once we're gonna sear that, flip it over. Use
Oh.
mayo as the butter for the other side, and sear it back.
That
forth
and some
until-
soup right now would be amazing because I'm so chilly.
Yeah, we
This
have a
guy-
pretty hefty loaded grilled
I-
cheese made with a squishy burger bun
I-
and American cheese, but hopefully because it packs all
wanna
that
eat
garlickiness into it, it's
that.
really
That
great.
looks
Give it a cut,
fucking
a cross-section.
delicious.
There's your cheese pull. There.
Hey.
Pull, and this is also very
You know
good
when
as
you
well.
get
The
no
garlickiness
one
really kinda
Wolf Rivers
combats
again. Oh,
the
look at that
burger bun
cheese
as well.
pull.
You have gotten an appetite now. Holy shit. Stick boy Reds is going to be a thing of the past.
Oh fuck! That looks so fucking good. Look at
Your
that.
diet starts tomorrow.
Fuck that diet. That diet can go fuck itself now. It's like just I want
Over 2 hours,
pull.
we ruined his
Or-
last chance to keep healthy.
Or maybe it starts the day after tomorrow, or maybe the day after that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe I got to die of something. So dying from gluttony, there's worse ways to go than
True.
dying from excess cheese pull.
Embrace the Epicurean lifestyle. You only get to live once.
Fuck it.
Boop. Daily dose. Boop.
I've been skinny my whole life.
It's about time to see what the other side of the fence is. Yeah, I'm going the opposite direction. At one point, we'll do a sort of Benjamin Button thing where we'll be at the same weight, and we'll meet each other going in opposite direction, and we'll just
Yeah.
look at each other and we'll give each other advice. My advice: say goodbye to jeans. Say hello to the softest fabric pants you can.
I've been.
What
Yeah.
pants?
Eventually,
that-
that'll be the case. Which one?
That looks like Ford Falcon.
Let's go with the pizza one because fuck gender reveal parties are stupid.
But he wants to see
I
the
don't
car.
understand. I don't understand why gender reveal
Hello, everyone,
parties
this is
ever
your
were
daily-
ever a thing in the first place.
Because
Weird idea.
Marketing, mate.
Yeah.
Marketing and misogyny.
It's not even that. It's well, that would be a factor. It's also boredom. Quite simply put, like a lot of people have a lot more money than they need or know what to do with.
Yeah, that too. But there's so many gender reveal parties that are like, yay, it was a boy. We don't have to have a girl. Yay.
Daily dose of internet. This pizza guy stopped to deliver some pizza and left his car for
Oh,
about 30
Domino's.
seconds.
poor guy.
Some random guy then jumped in and stole his car.
Oh, I've seen this.
Oh, bye.
Yep.
Thanks, bro.
The thief was then almost immediately pulled over by a police officer.
Yes, you are, dude.
No, sir, I have it available right now, sir. I apologize.
The police officer was a little suspicious, but ended up letting him go.
Bill, that's a very good point. Velvet tracksuit.
Rewind us slightly as well.
Oh, hey, Gage. Good to see you. Boop, 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 boop.
Hey, Gage.
No, sir, I have it
I think my
available
chat's
right now,
broken.
sir.
I don't see.
The police officer was a little suspicious, but ended up letting him go.
That's crazy, bro!
Luckily, there was a tracking device on the car, and 2 hours later they found the car and arrested the guy.
Still, that's bullshit. Yeah, gender reveal parties are just opportunities for drama. Yeah, pretty much. But you know, when you live the mid-wit, midwestern, boring mom Karen lifestyle, you gotta have a reveal party. It's like you gotta have a baby shower.
I mean, baby shower makes more sense than gender reveal. Oh.
Womp womp.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Oh god.
Oh.
Yay! Nutty! He
He
fell. Nutty
too
fell.
windy at this festival for this balloon to handle.
Oh shit. The...
Oh, it's just annihilating people.
Oh shit!
Oh, here we go.
It's a hind. I'm guessing that's somewhere in Russia.
That'd be it. Crimea. They're flying that
These scuba
local,
divers
they're
were having
shot
fun
down
looking
by
at
S-
coral
by
when they
surface
suddenly
to air
heard
missiles
sonar
from
coming
stuff.
from a
If Russia's
submarine or
involved,
a
it's
ship.
definitely a crime.
Oh, sonar.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Yoink.
sneaky. That
Yep.
was awesome.
Got it.
Yeah,
He's
if you
like,
go-
yeah, it's mine now.
If you go to the monkey preserve of any place, don't bring your best shit, because there's always a risk. A small one, but a risk that they'll nick and break it.
Oh, they're fucking good
I don't
too.
know about small risk. I think it's a pretty good risk.
Woo!
Those little cheeky.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
This guy was out
Nice.
walking his dogs when one of them found a skunk. A skunk sprayed his dog in the face, and his dog immediately collapsed.
Oh no! Oh, that poor thing.
You okay, buddy?
No, he got skunked.
Riggs, come on.
His dog was obviously overwhelmed, but wasn't harmed, and was still taken to the vet as a precaution.
Yeah. Leg.
Oh.
This guy was recording his
Oof.
plane taking off when one of the engines suddenly caught on fire.
Oh god.
Awesome.
I didn't actually talk about it this stream, but the crash in Alaska, 10 dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've had enough of airplanes going bye-bye. This keeps happening, bro.
The plane still
climbing
had
out.
another
It's,
working engine and made an emergency landing, and
That's not the engine being on fire. That's them
fuel.
kicking in the nitro boost.
and nobody was hurt. This astronomer was on the roof of his house at 2 a.m. when this meteor suddenly appeared.
Ooh,
Here we go.
nice rig.
Oh,
He almost
that's
missed it.
Fucking perler.
Good shit.
I can't tell if this
That'd
dog
be-
loves or
Well,
hates getting
yeah,
blow
right.
dried.
She's saving us from death.
Hold on. No, we just missed the whatever you said at the beginning of this bit is all.
The dog.
Okay.
Does the dog love or hate getting blow dried?
Oh, okay.
I can't tell if this dog loves or hates getting blow dried.
Look at those pauses. That's some good shit. That's some animal from Muppets. You know, get this
Yeah.
dog a drum set.
This is the kind of weather that new cars have to go through when they get shipped
like he
in
was
from
trying to chew on
overseas.
No, fuck.
Yep. I wonder how many cars are sitting at the bottom of the ocean right now.
I know, right?
This couple was having a moment when the unexpected happened.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Oh. Holy fuck.
The amazing thing is that nobody,
was hurt. He never shows anyone getting hurt, so that's always a given.
Yeah, I guess he skips those ones, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be cool to show, you know.
Or he's just not telling us.
That is awesome.
I don't even know what I would do in this situation.
Oh my god.
Oh.
And that's some douchey furniture, so you know it's expensive.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
I guess he's not forklift certified.
She turned on the heat in her car, and for some reason, it was spitting out snow.
Oh my god.
Oh. Awesome.
Because it iced up, obviously, and it had
So, I
moisture
guess
in
you're
there.
supposed to hide your face and lie down when you encounter a wild gorilla.
Yep.
You disturbed this nap.
Keep shooting.
You're meant to show submissiveness to him.
Dad really had to come in and ruin the song.
Open and shut. Open and shut.
The doors on the bus go open and shut. Oh.
I feel you, little fella. I feel you. I feel you, buddy. That was not cool. That's a party foul and a half.
Baby's like, what the fuck, man?
Dude,
Dad.
Dude, read the room. Oh my god, that's
Bye-bye.
a lot of...
Read this room.
Bye-bye.
I wonder if this is
Bye-bye.
Ireland or not.
Bye-bye. Oh, no. Bye-bye.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Bye-bye. Oh, you are... Oh, there, everyone's
So,
going.
I guess
This-
popping
I
a
love it.
balloon in a nuclear power plant cooling tower sounds like thunder.
Yep.
Oh, that is fucking cool.
Oh! Oh! I did it! I did it! Guys, y'all seen it! I did it! Y'all saw it!
The conveyor belt at this airport stopped working, so
Y'all
this
see?
employee had to go get every single bag by herself.
Oh, I've known people who have this very same job, and of all the jobs in the airports, they are the ones most likely to nick shit, but sometimes I didn't hold it against them. Because they have such an unpleasant job. Not the worst in the airport, but it's pretty high up there.
So, I guess you don't need to drink coffee if you're gonna be a power line worker.
You'll get a jolt in a different way.
Oh.
This team's medic wanted to
He's
help
awake
out by
now.
sending the ball back in after it went out of bounds.
Remember Jolt Cola?
I do. I used to drink that in college.
The issue is he injured his own player and had to go help him. There were some scary wildfires in Los Angeles recently, and this guy saved his animals by herding them down the mountain to safety.
Fucking legend.
Come on, guys, come on, come on. Let's go.
This dad saw this car coming and was able to save his kids.
Whoa. Oh.
So it looks like someone had...
That was so fucking close.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was so close.
You see that fucking ninja roll in?
Yeah, that's another thing in the airport you'd see a lot of.
That's a bad day.
You don't need
Oh,
high
no.
heels when you're going on a plane, people.
Oh.
He even heard it and he's like, I don't care about this right now. I've got enough going on my day. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't care.
So apparently she's only 10 years old.
God damn it. Now I feel extra out of shape.
Fucking hell.
Yo.
Respect.
This bridge is so strong that it was crumpling this train like it was a piece of paper.
Oh! Yeah, no, that's
I
not
felt bad for this
good.
raccoon and wanted to give it some food.
Don't, that's how they get you.
The sensor has lights that will match your heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
Oh. That's freaky.
Dope.
That's
His
a
grandpa
horror
has a pet
movie
duck that
thing.
follows his grandson wherever he goes.
Go, Jerry, go. Oh, Jerry's gonna cheat.
Duck friend.
Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry. You can do it. Come on, Jerry.
You remember the people who were like getting Pitmont got one, a duck briefly as a pet. Like that was a trend a few years ago. The latest, everyone wanted a duck.
Here's a cool video I recorded when I was flying into Seattle. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
This is my trip to BC every year, basically. The Rockies.
Something really quick. Oh, perfect. Something really quick.
Hey guys, I'm in the Florida Everglades and the water is really high right now, so the swamp puppies are everywhere. Ooh, python. Yoink. This fella's about 8 foot long. Do you know where the 20
he knows
foot
how not to get bit by a python.
Ooh, where
Yep.
are you going?
Almost
The
like it's
temperatures
his
in
job.
The Everglades are below 70 degrees right now. That tells me that the snakes are probably going to be in the water. This poor whippoorwill got hit by a car. You really have to watch where you're going out here.
Baby.
After realizing he doesn't have any broken bones, he flew right away. One thing I'm noticing is that there's geckos everywhere. They sure are cute, but it's also a sign that the mother's right here. And she's watching me. She ended up shooting over to me off camera, but then she realized it's me, so she decided not to tear me a new one. Ooh, a gentle yoink. This gorgeous corn snake is a native, so I'm gonna let him go. But this day
He's chill.
gecko's invasive. Yoink. You sure are handsome. You're gonna make a great pet. Also loaded up on tokay geckos. Check out how pretty this one is. These invasive fellows are everywhere, so I ended up catching a few more of them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm in the Florida.
He gets sent all over the world. He was in the Amazon trying to get some invasive species out, and around the Dominican Republic and places like that. It's why his upload schedule is all over the place. He's just sent, and I wouldn't be surprised if his job's under threat because of Trump, because he's a part of the wildlife services.
Get cut by Doge.
Yeah, hopefully this channel will be able to keep him afloat. He just got that
Which is
ostrich.
ironic. It's actually ironic that the guy who works with animals is gonna get shit canned by a dog.
Yeah. All right. One as tradition. One a sausage. One not sausage.
Well,
Deep
I'm thinking
fried.
Gusher's steak because that sounds terrifying.
Okay, I'm already kind of in my head picturing what it's gonna be like. So there's that.
I don't know what the fuck sprats are.
It's a fish.
Oh, okay.
Although I am very, very curious about the thumbnails he's using.
There you go.
So yeah.
Somebody's gonna have full of food belly. He's sausage
makes
pregnant.
a pretty tasty sausage, but does it also make a pretty tasty steak when boiled in it? See, if I don't ask these questions, who's gonna do it? You?
Maybe. Maybe.
Plastic fume steak. Let those gushers do their thing. They're slowly dissolving. They're tough
Get them to
little
gush.
buggers. Well, they're dissolved enough. Here we go.
Make him gush, unlike his ability to make Mrs. Sausage gush.
Just look at it go. It's starting to burn, so I think we're ready for a sear.
That's cheating.
It is, but he's learning his lessons over the years.
Let's see how it is. And
Also,
we
the only way
got
it's gonna
a
be any good.
medium well going on here.
It's gonna be a little sweet.
It's almost completely dried out. It has a little bit of artificial fruit flavor to it. It's
Yeah.
not great. If I received this steak, I'd send it back. Not a good idea. Not a good steak. So I'm gonna have to give this steak here a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, it's as generic.
And welcome back.
Now we get to the
I guess.
sausage.
Sparks. I didn't know what they were either. Whoa, that's pungent.
Mm-hmm.
There's smoke.
He's had worse.
And thanks to Discord member Bits of Fun for this wonderful sausage donation, but a little public service announcement. If you're sending me sausage donations, I don't need a bulk order. 1 can is enough. What am I gonna do with 6 cans of this? And these little
You have a cat.
fishies, which I'm not entirely sure aren't insects, are supposed to be enjoyed simply on a piece of buttered toast.
Yep.
If you've ever eaten smoked salmon on a bagel, this is like that times 100. It tastes like smoked little fishies.
It's quite
It
delicious.
is smoked
Round
little
she
fishies.
goes, right down the fishy hole.
The fishy hole is, oh, I'm being told I can't finish that joke.
The grinder heats it up. The stink is impossible to describe. Doesn't it just look like expired hamburger meat? When I first opened the can, the smell reminded me of Sir Strawman and smoke. It smells like the car of someone who smokes. I'm getting angry about it. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a sausage to steal. Remember when you were a kid and every year you had to go to Aunt Betty's house? And you kept telling your parents you don't want to go to Aunt Betty's house because it smells funny in there. That's the smell. Aunt Betty has like 7 dead cats in the walls and eats Sprots on toast for lunch. That's the Sprots water.
Sprots.
3, 2, 1.
That's Sprotsage. Oh, I made up a better one this time, and he didn't take it. How dare he not know what I'm saying?
How dare he not steal our content retroactively?
From a guy who he clearly knows exists and steals his content. Oh wow, it's low energy videos. I'm a big fan. I was always just too nervous, so I used the sock account.
Box artist? This guy! You see how they used limited color? You could all learn
His sock account is called Normal Hot Dog.
Wait, I know normal hot, damn it. Boop, 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 boop. Although now I need to see him drink whatever the hell he's drinking.
But Jesus out of that thing, and then I down it.
Wow, he has put on weight. That's all those sausages, man.
All in one go. It's my daily drinkable.
Boop.
After flubbing that last willet blow, I really wanted to get my money's worth.
That's 4 Ruffalos right there. He knocked the box down.
Have to give that willet blow 4 Mark
Hey.
Yeah, he called it.
Okay, here we go.
How do you do that?
Whoa.
Oh my God, it's all over my shoes. Well, now that it's hot, I'm in big trouble.
Now,
Don't burst.
He's been learning over the years, but he hasn't learned that much.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that much fluid, I'm like, this isn't going to end well. The real question is, will it burst?
Much as it stinks, I gotta
Yay!
Good cue, Mrs. Sausage.
Too bad we didn't hear her rushing down the stairs, like her feet getting closer.
Oh no, she doesn't want to get anywhere near that.
No, she's right behind him. Listen.
Oh, that's why he dropped it. I thought he was reacting to fumbling it, but no, he got jump scared.
The worst at the birds. Got another bird?
No!
Well, the good news is Feifel pooped on the floor 30 minutes ago, and I couldn't even smell it. But let's open this up and see how we did. It looks good. No problems there. Okay, here we go. You know, I'm starting to notice a pattern with these sausages. The worse the starting ingredient, the better the sausage is. This is sausage perfection, or pretty close to it. I think we need more pork per Sprots ratio, but other than that, it's a very good sausage. It's smoky, it's juicy. The skin is obviously crispy. It did end up bursting, and it could use a little bit more pork. Absolutely something I would order at a restaurant, and quite frankly, it's something I'd make again for my personal
Also, it tastes better when I dip it in the raw juices before I eat it.
4.5 out of 5.
Ugh.
Oh god, that's horrifying.
Bop, 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 bop.
It's even worse than I could have possibly imagined.
Don't worry, it pays off.
He's
All
right about the
right.
trend, though. That has been like the stinky ones usually make good sausages.
True.
Yeah, he didn't like Vegemite, and he added that to a sausage, and he gave that. I think he gave it a 5, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
All right. We're not gonna do Buff for the next while because as of late he's been singing too good, and we've been getting copyright claimed.
God
We
damn.
did get copyright claimed on the last one for sure.
And the one before that.
Which I didn't
Yeah,
expect. I didn't think he sang it that well, but okay. Apparently, it was close enough for the algorithm.
that's right. And the reason I say that, the reason I think this is happening is because since the move, I think it's policy where his new place is that he can't be belting it like he used to. So
Oh yeah.
So now he has to kind of like downgrade his "bah" to a bear. So as a result, we hear more of the song in the background, and he gets closer to the actual expected. So I will just we'll watch this right
Definitely
from the
was
beginning.
more fun when he was belting it out. I
Oh,
agree.
true.
Hello, my name is
She likes
Debbie.
cats.
She does.
This
She
is my first
really
attempt
likes cats.
What's going on with that
at
voice?
a eHarmony video.
Do you think she actually sounds like this, or is she
my
putting
first
on a
time
voice?
At online dating.
She's putting on a voice.
So
This
I'm
was
nervous,
actually
but I'm excited.
She's
at
trying
the
to
same
sound extra cutesy.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This
I'm
is
just
acting.
gonna start talking about what I like and hope I get some replies.
Get to the point, lady.
I am a recent MBA grad from Villanova. I love cats. I just sorry, I'm getting emotional. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. Sorry, I really love cats. And I just want to hug all of them, but I can't because that's crazy. I can't hug every cat. But I just want to.
That is a problem.
I want to. I'm sorry.
I think we found a keeper, fellas.
Anytime I hear cat, I love cats.
I love lamp.
Promise myself.
You're just saying that you love the cat. I love the cat.
I'm a cat lover.
Someone made a song out of this video with auto tune, and it's fucking amazing.
Oh, is it the skinny dude with the goatee and the glasses?
No, it's just they've taken her clip and put auto tune to her and made a song. It's fucking amazing. Auto tune everything.
Love cats. Crying girls.
Auto tune.
Auto tune.
Bingo.
First one.
Can't hug every cat. There it is.
Okay.
Of course it's got Nyan Cat on it.
All right. So instead of Buff, we will wrap up with this then as our musical goodbye.
Beautiful.
So before we go, let us just once again say if you enjoyed tonight's show, please give a like, a share, and subscribe, and check out the links down below. Red Eye, what do you want to shill before we go?
I'll be doing a stream on Emma's channel next up, as soon as I'm finished here. That'll be fun. There'll be a link on my community page if you want to come and hang out, watch that. We sort of just look at weird and wonderful stuff and hang out.
Hey, that sounds awfully familiar.
Could you imagine going to a show like that?
No.
By the way, Red, I was playing Subnautica, just grinding up some raw resources, and I had you on with you were all calling out this dude for like lying or something like that, and you were all like laying into him on like a moral or even like a personal level. And I don't remember the context of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like there was like 5 or 6 people all late. Yeah, now you remember. Yeah, I was watching that.
That's I won't mention the
Yeah.
fucking gentleman's name, but he's we bought all the receipts. The receipts had been shown for that, and he was given an opportunity to start walking a road to redemption, which I thought he'd taken. Like, if you watch that show, I'm actually the really calm diplomatic one for once. It was strange, very, very, very strange show, and he took that opportunity and squandered it. So, fuck that guy.
Well, that's the problem with choice. Sometimes they take the wrong
Yeah.
choice.
It's just one of those rare occasions. I was a diplomat.
I
know.
But yeah, check out the links down there. And you, Krendar, I saw you finally put on your pink pretty dress.
I did, and that game was very bewildering. Actually, the story was goddamn gibberish nonsense. And all right, here's a couple great examples. At one point, something crashes into the roof of this guy's like tailoring shop, and the person who caused the problem is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll fix your roof." And then they turn to you and they're like, "I'm also going to need some help repairing the damaged clothing inside. I need you to get me 1B." Exactly 1B. Please go get a bug catching net and catch 1B so I can repair my clothes. How? What? What the fuck?
Wow.
And then I ran across the game's equivalent of Team Rocket, because the game's all about like these magical stylist people who could just make clothes anywhere without tools, just magically, right? And so you run across some like evil ones who are like extorting clothing sketch diagrams from people so they don't have to do any of their own work. And they call themselves the Black Scissors Gang, right? And this guy's trying to be all intimidating to me, and he's like, this in the most intimidating, like, gangster kind of voice possible. He's like, we call ourselves the Black Scissors because our scissors can cut any fabric. Snip, snip.
Whoa. Were you
And
frightened?
that's when I quit the stream because I couldn't
Move
handle
over.
this game anymore.
Move over, Abaddon, to the spoiler. There's a new kid in town.
You're going to intimidate me about the fact that your scissors can cut any fabric? Isn't that what scissors are for?
Snip, snip. I can't
Snip,
cut.
snip.
I can't cut through aluminium with these, but you know.
I can't. I can't mentally handle this game anymore.
I watched Saya play it for a bit, and I was making fun of like how serious they were having this weird ass conversation about like how people aren't taking this one guy seriously while he had like a weird Instagram filter on to give him these beautiful eyelashes, and he was meant to be like a gruff dude.
Yeah.
And I was there like, this is no laughing matter. We at the Sun Smile Gumdrop Kingdom are very serious people. Like it's so it's just
Yeah. Like the actual gameplay feels okay. Like the platforming and stuff is all right. Just technically combat, but it's just like, oh, there's an enemy, push a button, enemy's dead. Like it's too easy. But the platforming was all right, and the world was very beautiful. But my God, the dialogue and story were awful.
I want to do shrooms and play it. I want to do shrooms and play it. That'd be so trippy.
You should do it. Like, keep in mind the game is free, so the only thing that'll cost you is the cost of the shrooms. You should
True.
stream that.
Oh, that would be...
Stream yourself playing that on shrooms.
I'll drop hints because I can't have that down as the title, but in like the Discord and shit, I'll be like, "Hey guys, so tomorrow you'll know when you know," and I'll just be like, "Guys,
call it the Mushroom Kingdom run."
Is my first.
Oh shit, I gotta do the chill myself. We are finished with Assassin's Creed Revelations, and for a time we will not be touching Assassin's Creed games in the near future because we are keeping with more Mad Max, and we are getting into Borderlands Game of the Year edition.
Sorry, let me know when you're done. I need to add a thing when you're finished.
Sure. That will be also here. well, that'll be on my Twitch. Go and subscribe over to my Twitch for some gaming stuff. Also, I need to think of a third game to fill up the void. But this time next week, we will be having, I believe it's Mickey Richards will be joining us this time next week.
Ooh, sweet
So
boy.
we haven't had him on in a while. Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, I believe that's everything from me. So you were going to say, Grander?
Yeah, well, after having ranted about Infinity and Nikki, I never actually got to my actual chilling of self. This week, since I can't handle that game anymore, I think I'm going to derp around trying Marvel Rivals for the first time.
Mm.
But I'm going to do that on Tuesday, not tomorrow.
Sweet. That'll get
So
some
I
traction.
need to do a thing tomorrow. Hopefully. I mean, usually the big popular games get me ignored even harder than usual, but we'll see what happens.
Multiplayer would
Give it
probably
a go.
be, especially if you.
Well, I'm gonna play. At first, I'm gonna play bot matches because I've never played the game before, so I don't want to be dragging down other people while I'm learning what the fuck I'm doing.
True.
Just as practice matches initially, you know.
Mm.
Figure out what character I like to play. Probably Rocket. I have technically loaded up the game and played in the training center against like the training dummies, just to sort of see what moves everybody had, and Rocket felt pretty fun.
All right.
So we'll see.
Well then, that's it.
Also, I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that Doctor Strange is a tank class in that game. That's kind of funny because he's got a big shield. He does.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
At a eHarmony video. I'm nervous, but I'm excited at the same time. So I'm just gonna start talking about what I like. I love cats. I love every kind of cat. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat.
Why can't I hold all these lines?
So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry I'm being about cats again. I really love cats.
Love the one flipping out of it in the lower right.
And again, and again, and again, and again. I think about how many don't have a home and how I should have them. I think about how cute they
So guys, I think she's a keeper. I'm gonna call her tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I just love them and I want them.
They like to watch. I've been in that very situation, and it's as creepy as you think.
Yeah. I should write her up like, "Hey girl, I love your music video."
Sorry, I'm getting emotional. I love cats.
Aw, keyboard cat.
I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat. So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry I'm being about cats again. I really love cats.
Put this into my trucking stream playlist.
Yes. American Trucker, they're listening to a song about cats.
Not the weirdest thing on my playlist for sure.
Original video here.
Cool.
Nice. Oh, you know what? You know what you should do actually, if you're still doing those trucking streams. I should give you my Spotify playlist URL.
Or is it
You can just
live?
listen to the songs that I listen to when I'm like doing dishwashing work. While you're
Cool.
doing your
Copyright. That's the main problem I'm always worried about is copyright.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have
Fair
to go.
point,
I'd have to go
although-
over it. Some of them might be
I don't
passable.
know how many. I don't know how much stuff is in there that is copyrighted. There's a bit of a Weird Al in there that might not be kosher.
Yeah,
to
Weird Al
copyright,
is. I've been done by Weird Al in the past. I'm sure actually.
At least half the playlist is video game music. So
That should be safe. When I do my solo shows now, I start with the original Sims soundtrack, while we watch footage of people cleaning pools. Very chill opening. Well, you know what? It's been a fun stream. I am ready to. After seeing all those burgers, though, I kind of want to eat some, so I'm gonna go and do that.
some spicy garlic burgers, perhaps.
I do have some garlic there. I could do. I've got pepperami, Red Eye, you probably know what pepperami is.
No.
Oh, okay. Just
No idea.
Imagine a salami the size of a breadstick that they've made extra spicy, and they seal it up, and it's an individual treat. I can take the last two of those and chop them up and make something out of it.
I know
That's
those things. I've
legit.
just never heard them called that name before.
Pepperami. It's a
Yeah.
bit of an animal. Got to show you some of the ads next week, though. In that case, because they're fucking hilarious. For the ones from the '90s that were banned, they were fucking wild.
Find him and save him right now.
Yep.
Or after you
All
do it
right.
anyway.
All right, everyone. I'm out. You all take care.